Hey, yo, what's happening? So, Tsunami, I'm about to do the interview with Teddy and Turtle. It's a real interview. It's very important, so let's do our best, huh? Do our best. Where's my shit? Turtle.
Give me a second.
No problem, no problem.
Hello? Hello?
Yo,
Yo.
hey, yo, what's good? What's happening? How you been?
I'm doing all right. I got some questions to ask you, bro.
Wait,
Do
before you
you
before you ask
have you
me, hold on. Before you ask me, do you want to do this recorded or not recorded? Because I do have it recorded right now. I was going to ask you,
um
is it okay if everything is recorded? But if you want to do this off recording, let me know.
it does it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Um
What's up?
because I'm about to talk to cover some receipts. But basically what is being said is like apparently because these are someone that was putting I don't know if these are words being put in your mouth, so I wanted to know if you actually said these words. Did you call me a man child? That's all I want to know.
And child? No, I've never
Yeah.
used those words.
That like towards me, like
Right.
towards me.
No, never used those words.
Okay, that's all I want to know because in a voice call that is going to be sent to you soon when Zay comes through, because basically, hold on, let me just start sending these screenshots. Also, I don't know what was said about me through the people that you've interviewed. I don't know who you've interviewed so far. I know you've interviewed Roxas. I know you. I don't know if you interviewed Violet. I don't know if you re-interviewed Kage. I don't know who you've interviewed so far.
Hmm.
So I don't really know what is going to be asked of me, or if there's anything on my end that I need to clear up because I don't know what was said about me. Makes sense.
No, I understand. I don't know what Teddy has told you, but these are going to be clarifying questions. Questions that I got from just what I learned, as well as from the interviews that I did do. And I don't know if you do you want to start it now? Do you want to wait for Teddy? Because
Wait for yeah, no, yeah, we can wait for Teddy.
okay, that's essentially what it's going to be. It's going to be everything I've gathered so far
Okay,
to everything.
because okay. Well, while we wait for him, I'm gonna just send the receipts of the shit that I got
Okay.
right now. Zay, Zay,
Okay. Let me
Zay,
see.
Zay. Okay.
Okay, there we go. Hello, people.
How we doing, Zay? How's your day going? How's your night going?
Teddy, how we doing?
Amazing. How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Hello, son. How are you? Mind my manners.
Chilling, Febo. How you doing?
I am well. I'm amazing again.
Good. Now, before we start, are you okay with everything? If you are you guys okay if I record everything and use this in a future video?
Go for it.
Okay. Excellent. Now, Turtle, I guess is showing me right now receipts.
Yeah, some receipts that I have right now. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
What are these
okay, good.
receipts?
So, Turtle, how is the how? Okay, never mind. I'll wait till we get to that part.
Yeah.
I guess. I can't wait to get a haircut.
No, yeah, I think this is what when you went into the during the tournament when you told me about
Y-
DMs and everything like this is relating to that.
yes. Yes. Correct. So basically, what this is stemming from, there's a lot of hypocrisy and shit like that going on. You know,
Okay. Okay.
and there's like a lot of double standards going about. So just give me one moment.
Oh, I see. There's a lot more.
Ending stuff.
Oh, it's a lot, Tsunami. It's a lot, brother.
It's a lot, bro. It's a lot.
Yeah. Wait till we get to the audio. Sorry.
The audio is crazy. The audio is crazy.
Mm, It's a lot for him to read. I think he's gonna have to go through that on his own time. Like,
Most likely.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing it's a lot of
yeah,
DMs between you and
it's a
Violet.
lot. It's a lot, bro. So,
Okay. Well, I guess help me understand the gist of it. 'Cause I do see, yeah, this is from my server too. Well, that I know about. I know about all the incident between everything that happened in my server.
so should we ask what or
Well, he brought it up.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
assuming you're alluding to, I guess, someone said I called him a man child.
Oh yeah. Like in the audio that you're gonna be sent. It's like 45 minutes long, bro, and it's basically basically this is the whole thing is based off of a double standard and just like people getting upset when people defend themselves when people are getting
Mhm.
bullied.
Yeah.
Um, and like there's that, and there's also an entire thing of just like a lack of accountability being taken. Mm. You know, I didn't typically like do anything. Like, there's that whole thing with like Boo or autism overload at the time with that happening. And the and I did come into your DMs and I apologize for what happened. Um, however, the thing is that there was a lot of shade being thrown and nobody was being direct. And when people were being direct, it was getting flown around in your server. Um, Even prior to that, I even sent you screenshots prior to that with like Rat King accusing me of like dating a 16-year-old. And when that was brought up in your server, when Boo brought that up in your server, like it was just like, oh, I didn't even like reprimand Rat King for that. After that was done. And I'm looking at that. I'm being told to like what the thing is, the whole gist with me is that I'm being told to like get a hold of my mods or or they refer to my mods as dogs or put a leash on my dogs. And first off, this is coming. I don't know if this is how you feel about your mods, but I don't think you would call your mods dogs, you know? So first off, don't call my mods dogs. Second,
I mean,
and so
they might be dogs sometimes. I don't know. It just depends who you're talking about.
Trifling.
so yeah, but like same thing here. Um, like when you go through these screenshots, again, hypocrisy. Like there's things with I was saying that people she left my so when she said that she left my server, she left the shell like the second server,
Wait,
stating that like
before you get into it, because
yeah
I feel like if you go on this story, it's going to answer a lot of the questions that I do want to bring up.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
this
was
asks me
just
some
gonna
questions.
ask. Like, I think, yeah, I was just about to ask. I think we should let Sun ask the questions, and then we just answer it. But then, if he wants to see the screenshots, he can see it as like extra proof. If that makes
Okay,
sense.
yeah, I got you.
So, yeah, I'd rather him ask the question so we can actually do this instead of just saying, "Okay, hey, this is from this, this is from that." Being all over the place. Let's just stick to one, dialogue. If that's okay with you guys.
No, of course. And starting with that dialogue, Teddy, I do have to ask you
Yes,
two
go ahead.
questions. I'm good. How are you?
What's going on? I'm good. What's up?
So, first question:
What's up?
who are you, and what is your relevance in the Six Erican universe?
So, my name is Teddy. I also go by Zay Salucci. I'm known for basically trolling 6 as well. I haven't done it as much as, others, but I have caused him to rage quit. I've been getting my name out there a little bit, not as much because I don't care for this man as much anymore. But yeah, that's pretty much how I came into the scene. And that's kind of how I met Turtle. And we became closer as we were both trolling six. And he would reach out and be like, hey, play six for me. And I'm like, all right, sure, let's do it. So pretty much it.
Okay, okay. And tell me, what do you think about trolling in general or the art of trolling?
Uh well, I do think it's a form of harassment. I wouldn't want it done to me in a way. So, I'm thinking like, okay, so why would I do it? Which is why I'm kind of taking a step back from all this because I can see how it hurts people and it can cause people to, hurt themselves or even worse. So, with that being said, I everyone has their own definitions of trolling. So, however you're going to do it, okay. But the thing I have really an issue with is when I guess they reciprocate the energy and then you kind of play the victim.
Mhm, mhm.
That's what I just don't like about it. But other than that, hey.
That's real. Okay, appreciate that. Now, Turtle, on to you.
Yep.
First, let's talk. Just so everyone gets some context about you. You've mentioned it yourself that you're a student, and while you do troll six Erican, would you say that you have a balanced life?
Yeah, I actually do, dude. Like, I have a job, bro. I have a job. um, I work part time, and I play sports. I'm in college. Like, I have events that I go to. Like, I may not be in the six air control sphere as much as I used to be, but that's just kind of how I've just been like navigating life. Like, I just kind of see it as like, oh, I'll just do it if I feel like it. But I don't really feel like it, you know? Like, I feel as though like I've seen six and it just like, has gotten stale over time, in my opinion. And he's just not like, if I feel like it, I'll entertain playing him, but I'll only do it under my, you know?
Mhm.
So like my life's pretty balanced. Like, I can pick and choose when and where I want to troll six. Like, I don't need to troll six every day to like, get some fulfillment in life. I got bigger fish to fry, dude. Like I'm in school, I study, like I do all this other stuff. I have college life. I got friends outside of this that I hang out with, and I consider my life's pretty balanced. Yeah, especially with this online shit. I think my life's pretty balanced.
Okay, okay. So now this is back to the topic at hand. Kage mentioned in our interview when I had it with him that before he nuked your server, you guys had an agreement where you would not be in any six Erican stream. Is that true?
Correct. So I believe so. I believe so. I believe it was like, I was gonna take a break. Like, I was gonna take a break. Primarily at the time, it was like I just wanted to take a break because I like this was like after I got like ousted out of the server, out of the Revolt server. And I was kind of like, damn. And then I'd also see like shit talk about me after I left the server. And that's what really kind of was like, damn, what the fuck? So like at the time, like I'm gonna keep it a bug with you. I'm a totally different person than I was like a year ago. Like, I started to feel like I needed to like I had something to prove to them at the time. Like, oh, I'm like I'm gonna troll them regardless. And that's where I was at. I was feeling a plethora of emotions and I was blinded by emotions, but at the same time, I I guess I guess I did break the agreement that Kage put out, but at the end of the day, like, I'm a grown man. I can police myself. Um, I'm not a minor. If I can understand if it was like a something debilitating and it was like an addiction, but like wasn't even like addicted, then I was being called a clout chaser. So I was like, you know, like to each his own. Like it's just like some people see it as entertainment, some people see it as cloud chasing. It's whatever, you know. Mm. Yeah,
Okay.
I guess you could say that like the agreement was broken to some extent. I guess, but even
Okay.
then, it shouldn't had. However, that
Hmm.
doesn't mean that doesn't like validate
Wait,
his
hold on.
feelings.
Sorry to cut you off. Sorry to cut you off. That's why your server got nuked because you broke that agreement.
Yeah, that's basically what
Uh,
Kage's saying. Kage's
okay,
so
okay,
Kage
okay.
so
That's
Well,
all I want to know.
well, hold on. Just to clarify some more, within my interview, he said that it was one of the reasons, and it was more so a buildup. But what broke the camel's back, in his words, was that situation.
so like so when he says so the
Wow.
thing is so when he
Okay.
says the buildup so when he says the buildup of stuff, right? I need you to understand this, right? So like this buildup of stuff, it's like he says the Rybar situation because I watched the video. He said it was the Rybar situation. Then it was the fact that like I wanted to take a break and I didn't do that, and I didn't like take the elongate. Like I took a break. I didn't take a long as a break.
He said it
I took a break.
was like what, less than a day, about a day.
Maybe it was. I thought it was a couple days. I'm not so sure. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's been like that was in like December before like New Year's. So like maybe I don't remember.
But I
That's
guess
just
I
So,
okay.
so
Go,
what
go ahead,
so
Teddy.
uh, oh no, sorry.
no, no.
I actually have one
Good.
thing to ask. So
Okay.
what other things led to the buildup? So what other things led to the buildup? That's what I'm trying to figure out because the only thing that I can think about is that it was
Well,
either the Kyoto situation. It was the Kyoto situation.
yeah.
Then it was me not. Then it was me. Oh no! Then it was the Rybar situation. Then it was me not um, doing the agreement, not fulfilling the entire agreement.
Okay,
Right?
so I just want to ask a question. Did he talk to you about this stuff privately? Or did he just let it build up and just be like, okay, I'm going to explode?
He,
Because I
he
think that
didn't
makes a difference.
he
I think
didn't
that makes a
talk to me.
difference.
I think he just let it
Okay.
build up and let it
There we go,
explode
son. There we go, son. There
because
we go.
I wasn't informed about this. He just let it build.
You're supposed to always confront when you have a damn problem. Sorry to oh, I'm sorry. Can I curse? Okay, I won't curse
No,
no
you,
more.
you can.
You're so
You can.
always, huh?
You can
No, no,
curse.
I gotta I gotta be respectful. So you're supposed to always confront them when you have an issue, because if you just explode, they're gonna wonder what's going on, like where did all this come from. So now you're looking like a lost puppy turtle because you're like, wait, what happened, like, because in your
Exactly.
eyes, in your eyes, you're probably thinking that you just did this one thing, I guess. I don't know, but for this man to explode, it's like, what the f.
No.
But what do I know? What do I know,
And
right?
and here's like another thing too, son. If that is the case, like if that is the case, again, my DMs were open with him at this time, and there was nothing said about that. It took me to be in someone else's server that he was in for me to try to pry him of information. And when he told me that he betrayed me for Rybar, I thought it was that incident. He didn't tell me it was that plethora of things. If that
Mm,
was the case,
mm.
I could only go off of okay, he thought it was me manipulating Rybar while he was drunk. But even then, that gets debunked. It gets debunked apparently because a person who was in that call at the time, I'm not gonna name their name, but they said that there was no mention of Rybar of me like to manipulate. They're saying no, not manipulating. There was no mention of me basically saying, "Oh, like get like, oh, you gotta like leave the server," or me trying to force him to get out of the server. Like, no, I just said, like, dude, that's not a good place to be in. Like, I don't know, I can't tell somebody's drunk behind the screen. Like, son, you can like, son, if you smoked a blunt right now and I didn't know, would you expect me to believe that you were high? If you did, like, so let's just say you took a you just smoked some weed right now, right? And you came back, you just said, sorry, bro, I had to go to the bathroom. Am I supposed to know that you're high without seeing your face? I couldn't see his face. That doesn't make any sense. So if I'm being like labeled as a person that manipulates people, and then I disprove that, and you're still mad at me, then what do you want me to do?
Okay, so I also want to ask, son, did you ask him? Did he confront Turtle about this, or that didn't cross your mind?
I had to replay the interview. Feel like he may have
You,
mentioned it, but I'm going to ask him after this. I'm making follow up questions, so I'm preparing
okay,
everything.
okay.
Okay. So yeah,
Okay,
like
understood on that. So let me
so
ask you
like
then, because I don't want to get too stuck on Kage because we've already went through that hill. We've already talked about Kage plethora of
yeah.
times. But with the Kage situation, that happened. Okay, but when it comes to Revolt, I learned more about the server and more about the rules. When you got banned from Revolt, was it because of the Kyoto situation?
I believe that's what it was
Okay,
because I because from what it was said, like I guess Kyoto got what's it called? He got banned, but he left. And I sent an invite back for him back in. And I got banned. Unless it's something totally different because I know that because someone else who was a founder at the time was sending me screenshots of like people. I don't have the receipts unfortunately for that one, but it was a while back, and this is how I knew there was shit talk happening behind mod chat in the revolt, where the founders were saying like, "Oh, talking shit about me." Well, I can't get into the revolt server because I'm banned from the revolt, and it's defunct because if you look in the screenshots, Violet said that everyone mutually agreed that they moved on from trolling Six Erican, supposedly, and I use that in air quotes because the same people that said that they agreed from moving on from Six are still trolling Six. That's besides the point.
so I do have
I was
to.
probably just being a nuisance. I was probably most likely I was probably just being a nuisance at the time. I don't know. This wasn't like, assimilating quickly or just not assimilating with how they were thinking or moving. That's just how it was.
Okay, so I have a follow up to that, but I do have to challenge you on one point that you said because Violet said the opposite. Because I obviously I interviewed her. She said when it came to mod chats, her and her mods, they've never talked shit behind a mod chat. They would always do it out in public. However,
That's odd. That's kind of
no, no,
weird.
no, hold on. However, she has claimed that your mods have done that, have talked shit behind with what that screenshot that was sent to her.
Yeah, and I
What
so
screenshot was that exactly? If I may ask.
they're probably referring to the one about Cuban.
So the
Cuban
one I
Iron
was
Man.
in.
Mm,
So the one I was
Yes,
in.
most likely.
it's the one where they,
Was it? Some?
well, it's the one that I guess we kind of jumped the gun here. So it's the one that
Because
you believed
I
that
wanted Sun had.
Roxas sent out. And I believed when
Yeah,
Roxas was a part of, I don't know if he was an
mod
admin or
chat.
mod,
So it was that. It was that screenshot. Yeah, it was that screenshot, Teddy.
right? But
Okay. Okay.
granted, the
So
contents of that screenshot, would you agree that was not shit talking?
are you asking me or Turtle?
No, Turtle.
I'm sorry.
Like, yeah, yeah. If if that's to the eye of the beholder, yeah.
Okay. But
Because because there's receipts of it, then yeah, they can run with that. However, there was a person in particular that you can only go off of my word here, but they were once a founder before they left the server, the Revolt server, and they sent me screenshots of them talking shit about me.
so that's
So
why I wanted to ask. So when you said that, because you said the same thing that she was saying, is there screenshots of that? Was that in a mod chat or was that in public?
it was in the mod chat. It was in the mod chat. It was in the founders chat in the Revolt server. However, it's probably scrubbed now. I don't know because I don't for his sake. I don't want to name drop him. I don't want to name drop. I don't want to name drop. but they were once a founder. They were once a founder in the Revolt server, and they could vouch that there was shit talk about me on my behalf. Yeah, yeah, there just was.
Okay. Now let me get back to the Kyoto situation. So, are you aware of the rules of revolt?
So the rules of the revolt, from what I remembered, is there's no you can't invite or send messages from people that have been banned from the revolt. However, the thing is that Kyoto wasn't officially banned from the revolt. He wasn't.
Now, but I think I was told, at least in one of the interviews, that if you do leave or if you're banned or whatever, you would have to talk to a moderator or someone that's a founder into bringing a person back into it. Like I heard it's very strict. I'm not aware of what the rules are, like what the guidelines were, but the way it was told to me was there was a procedure that had to be followed, and I want to know if you were aware of said procedure before you invited Kyoto back.
Um, I wasn't. If even if they left, I thought it was if they were banned. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I don't remember. I haven't been in there in a while. Not only that, those rules have been broken so many times, especially by the founders themselves, that I thought that they were basically treated loosely.
Well, I can tell. To be real, I can tell
I
you from
was
an
banned. I
establishment.
was banned from there too. I was banned from there too. By the way, go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do want to ask you about that, but I can tell you as someone that works in management, yeah, there's some things that you're going to get away with just because of your level, because of the work you put in. I'm
Yeah.
not going to lie. But that's just, that's just life. I'll be real with you, you know?
Yeah. That is
Well,
just
as a
life.
supervisor, I do get away with certain things, but I don't abuse my power.
No, of course, you should
That's what I
never,
have
And
to say.
that's just you as a
Yeah.
human. You should never abuse your
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, you get it what I'm saying. But tell me, Teddy,
oh,
you got banned.
I sure did, son. I sure did.
Now, do tell me, how did you get banned?
I'd love to, brother. Am I being too zesty? Okay, let me relax. Okay. So, first of all, so when I was in that server, there was a lovely woman who you mentioned earlier, who was a little. Actually, let me send you the screenshots, or did you send it to him, Turb, already?
I'm not so sure. Just send them anyway.
Okay, okay.
There's a lot.
So, oh, okay, yeah. So, we were in the general chat, I believe, and we were talking about other big streamers and Do you know who Kid Panda is?
Yes, actually, the Six
Okay,
American
yes,
YouTuber.
yeah, yeah. So we were talking about Kid Panda, and she decides to say that he's a snake, right? Now, in my eyes, I was like, okay, well, everyone has an opinion. You're entitled to that, all that other stuff, right? So Kid Panda actually reaches out to me and shows me a comment of her commenting like on her commenting on his stuff. And I'm gonna send you the screenshots of what he said. So I was just like, oh, that's crazy how she called you a snake, but she's on your page, like she, is cool with you. I thought that was a little phony because if I think you're a snake, I'm not gonna be on your page. But that's just how I feel. So my messy ass, yes, I'm being messy. I decided to go on Kid Panda's comment and I wrote to her. So me and her were exchanging words, going a little back and forth, and then she decides to take it publicly in the Revolt server. And when I was going to DM her just so I could see what the issue is, I found out that you have to be like their friend to, send a message. So I was just like, well, I'm not about to do that. You're not about to be on my friends list. Absolutely not. So I just left that alone. So we exchanged a little words in the general chat, and then next thing I know, I got banned. And then I got hit up by like 3 other people. Hey, what happened? What happened? What happened? Do you want to come back? I was like, nah, I'm good. It wasn't meant to be. So Let me get you the screenshots. I'm done, by the way.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that. Sorry about that.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, you're fine.
Now, while I get the screenshots, Turtle, did you want to finish? I'm sorry, I cut you off. Did you want to finish what you were saying prior?
Oh, Turtle, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
Oh, no, you do. Oh no. So the one thing that I do want to point out is that like, so if I did break a rule, which I probably did, my apologies. I broke a rule. Taking accountability for that. Okay. However, it's just hard. It's hard to follow said rules or follow the general crowd when like when I see like the founders, like the people who made the rules, like one of them, right? Because in the rel server, there's no racism, right? Right. This is literally like no slurs being mentioned or anything, right? Especially if you're not like hailing from that certain demographic. Like I'm black, so I can say nigga, right? But if you're white, I don't want to hear you say that. That throws me off a bit.
Right.
But the thing is that it gets like swept under the rug when a founder does it. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess like that's just okay. I guess that's just welcome. I guess.
Well, in a troll space, troll community, it's not that it's welcome. It's just kind of it is. You know how many people say the hard R in my Rumble chats? I don't know what race they are. I can't vouch or verify if they're all black.
Yeah. But the thing is, when you're in a server that isn't that small, I mean that isn't that big rather, like people know who people are, especially if you interact with them on a daily. You kind of pick up like, okay, they're this, they're that. You're gonna be like taken off guard a little bit. Would you not?
New territory.
Just a
Yeah,
little bit.
I would understand that.
So that's how I felt. That's how I felt. And I just thought it was hypocritical, you know. But then again, like you said, it's life, so whatever. You know, that's just how it is.
Fortunately, so. But let me ask you now: is it true that when Violet was helping you run, I think she helped you run like three of your servers? That's what she said. Was it her and 7 other people assisting her?
Um, yeah, kind of, because those were the only people that I was introduced to, and could, that I kind of knew how to run stuff. So that's what I kind of like just went with. And even then, in the second server, Roxas even brought them back. I see them on the screenshots like she literally said as requested by Roxas to run the second server. The first server, yeah, I was new to making that server. So like I was new to making servers. So I kind of did a lot of things like funky, wacky, this, that, and the third. But it was a server nonetheless. And I had help from them, if that makes sense. Whatever. And even then, like when I got banned, I just didn't feel like, okay, well, if I'm distributing energy, well, if I'm banned from that server, I think I should be banned for you. I think you should be banned from my server, or you shouldn't be in my server. And I made that a point. So that was in the first server rather. And like there was some help. Yeah, there was some help. I will admit there was some help, and I thank them for it. So yeah,
And one of the ways you thanked them was in the role when you gave them, we gave Violet her admin role, correct?
the thing is, Violet actually asked in like VCs, like, hey, like I can't really do much. I can't really do much like with just a moderator role. Can you just give me an admin role so I can just do more in the server? So I was like, okay, okay.
Goddamn. Sorry.
Like it wasn't like this wasn't in DMs. This was in like VC, like everyone else. You know, didn't
Right.
really know how to set up. I didn't really know how to set up bots like that, so on and so forth.
No, I understand that, but because from the work that she said that she did, and obviously the work that you're saying that she also did, that spanned through 3 servers, wouldn't you think, or do you think that she earned it. Sorry, a little drunk. Do you think that she earned her role based on the work that she did?
Like to an extent, like I was like, she was putting in work. She hit me up on some things that was happening, but and this is when I was and like to an extent a little bit, but first I thought that, but then when I'm in her server and then like she's just talking shit about the people in my server, it was just like, well, why are you doing that? Again, I don't have this recorded. This was in her VCs. She was saying how like the people in my like in my server watching the Six Erican restreams are just as bad as Six for calling people glazers. He would go out of her way to like well, a lot of people would go out of their way to give certain people glazer roles, you
Mhm.
know?
I remember you told me about this.
And
Yes.
and I would get hit up saying like, bro, why do I have that role? Because hold on, let me look it up real quick. Look it up real quick. Give me a second.
Okay, to be fair, let me just add this. I thought we were joking about that. I didn't know we were serious. So I
Well,
was in
yeah.
there at that time, but I didn't know we were serious about that stuff. So
It
yeah,
felt
just
like
wanted
it.
to add
Well, it
that.
felt. Well, and the
No,
only
no, no.
reason why I
I
felt
get
like
it. No,
it,
no, I get it. No, I
yeah.
get it. I'm just saying. I
But
thought we were joking because
the only
I'm
reason,
always
yeah.
joking. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The only reason it looked like a joke at first glance was like, okay, it was haha, funny, funny. But like behind the scenes in a different server, they're talking shit about the people in my server. So it's like, well, why are you talking shit about people in
Oh,
my
okay.
like? Why are you talking
Okay.
shit about the people in my server when you're actively modding for them? And then you keep talking about how like you think being a part of this sick shit is childish. So it seems disingenuous. It's like like do you want? It seems like you only are doing this work because someone told you to do the work and not because you want to do it. So it just seems like
Mhm.
you don't want. It seems like you didn't want to do it for off job. Like so, if someone
Mhm.
like so let's say like someone that you know, right? Just said like, hey, bro, can you help me like mod in the server? But you didn't really want to, but you begrudgingly did it. But then you went behind. But then you went into your server and you started talking shit about the people in their server, and like within earshot of them. Like, do you think that would you expect them to feel a certain way or no?
You're saying it's fake, basically.
Yeah,
Well,
like it just seems
Okay.
fake.
I mean, in general, I guess I would feel disrespected. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're saying it's fake. Got it.
But in this situation, Roxas, right, is the one that invited her, so she did it begrudgingly. But let me ask: did you guys have interactions prior to her coming? You said it was the second server, which means that you guys did have interactions in the first server.
Who? You talking about me too as well?
No, well, I'm sure you guys did, but more so Turtle.
Oh, okay, okay, cool.
Like not really. Like we didn't really have like interactions like that. Like
So let me just add this. So when I came into the second server, I was more so very quiet because I would get calls about how this woman is handling things. Now, when Turtle hit me up and said, "Hey, I want you to mod for my server," I literally told him, "I don't know if I can do that being with her in there because, of course, she had the bigger role, and I'm already kind of skeptical, even being in the same area. Well, I guess chat with her." So he just was like, you know what, just go in with an open mind and do what you got to do. So I said, okay, you know what, for you, I don't mind, but as long as I'm not disrespected, I won't be disrespectful. So um fast forward when, well, actually, no, we'll get to that part later. So I just wanted to add that part.
Appreciate that. Now, when you said that she was being begrudgingly helping your server, she did help in the first server, right?
um what I remembered like a little bit, like not as much from what I remember. I'm not so sure.
Okay,
Like
that's fine. But she did.
I don't remember.
That's
She did mod from when like the time I made the server to when I basically like left when I got not left, got kicked out of the revolt. Yeah.
okay. I mean, but what I'm saying is that there's a connection. There's feelings, right? You guys had interactions prior to the second time. So if she was begrudgingly working on the server, helping the server, it's understandable, right? Because from what I heard, you weren't paying any of them, but you don't really have to, but you weren't paying them, correct?
Oh, like yeah, and the only thing I can say is like, dude, I can thank you guys. I don't know what you would want me to do other than like just like say thank you. The only thing I can say is
Yeah, but
thank
they
you.
didn't have to. But they didn't have to mod for him. That's the point. They didn't have to. They
You're right.
wanted to
It's
do it.
and
And if you're in
exactly.
a VC, no, hold on. And then if you're in a VC asking for a higher role, we be thankful that you got the role. In my personal opinion, Turtle, I said this to you privately, and I will say it again. I really think it was a clout thing because you grew a community based off of trolling Six, and a lot of them just wanted to use you for that platform. And we actually have one person in particular, we can show the screenshots, who actually confirmed they was using Turtle for clout. But again, we'll get to that soon. Continue.
Okay. So then tell me again, why was her role removed when you removed it?
On the
Well,
second
I
server.
guess when Fujo removed it, but yeah, the second server.
Oh, when Twitter removed it. So, okay, so let me give you the let me give you the reason how I was feeling like at the time. Like I said, I felt like I was just like I was like bombarded. But there was violence people who basically just made it their own server, and they just had like a say in what anything happened. If anything, Rox's Rokusaso, he got into a call with me, and he even brought this up to me, and he was saying like, dude, you know, it's just like it seems like they're just kind of like they just kind of like piggybacking off of everybody. This is what Roxa said to me in the VC. He was just like, whenever like, and this came off from him because I guess he was feeling a type of way about this too. Like whenever they do something, they want to like whenever like Roxas does something, they want to mimic what he does, and so on and so forth. And it just seems like they just want to make everything about them and make it their own space. Another thing was like I was saying, you know, Violet actually left the server a couple times, the second server a couple times, and he said that the reason why she left it was because she was again talking shit about my community. Actually, let me read it off. Let me read it off. Let me read it off real
Oh
quick.
wait. But that is this going to answer the question on why her role was removed?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it will. He said, so this was this is on February 22nd, 2025. And I asked her like, why shut the server? And she said this, partially for the same reason as OCD. Too much six bullshit in your server, unfortunately. Even the revolt doesn't talk about six as much as your community of people. That and unfortunately, I'd rather not waste my breath providing decent facts and information on a server where some members cannot comprehend it past their own immaturity. My own server, the Revolt server, and so on are just easier going as people understand basic information when it's given to them. Again, this is a habit of not being direct, and this I can only assume that it's a generalization to the people within my server and within my community. There's a few others that are contemplating leaving, but that's their own choices. It's nothing semi-personal against you or anyone specific, but maybe one day I'll rejoin when people have caught up with the rest of the community in terms of acting their age when it comes to six and basic discussions. So you left the server because you felt like the people you were talking to, in a sense, were beneath you. That's the way I'm taking it. You think that you have a higher intellectual prowess than they do, and you can't be bothered giving information on six or explaining anything about six to people. And you say that, okay, the Revolt server doesn't talk that much about six, even though it's a server dedicated to gathering evidence on him. Okay, cool. And then this is also stems from this whole argument with that six of trolling bit. Because after I say this, I say, speak for yourself. Not everything will be the way you want it. And I also told her, watch the way you talk to people, because this was basically, this was after she told me to get an IQ test, basically. And I was just like, we're having a conversation. Why do you need to insult people to get your point across? I remember this vividly. And she said, I speak to others just fine. You got butthurt over if, end quote, if you don't understand that, I advise you take an IQ test comment. That's on you. And I'm not the only one who sees it that way. What you're going to notice is that there is a pattern of using other people to boost her point and make others feel like people don't agree with them more than just one person doesn't agree with them.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, I cannot expect everyone to be mature as they should be for their age. However, I can expect everyone of your age and above to have common sense and basic understanding, to not be so naive that when straight facts are presented to them. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, you guys, okay, so who's you guys, are and will remain to be the ones falling behind in the community while the rest of us continue to grow and act our ages. If the IQ test bothered you so badly, maybe that should tell you that you need to reflect on yourself a little, and think about why that comment offends you. So again, you left the server because you felt that way. You were a mod on my server, and you felt that way, right? Right? So if you felt that way, and like again, you're talking to me like this, right? About my server, how do you feel about my server? And at the time, I wasn't really confrontational. I didn't really like to confront people like that, you know?
Hmm.
So a month later, he says, I'm back in your server, March 26th. I'm back in your server as requested by Roxas and a bunch of others to watch over your server as a mod and make sure no more Amelia stuff happens. Because again, this is around the time Amelia, Amelia and some people and some other people got into my server
Wait,
and they were swift banned.
so let me pause. So this is now we're talking about server 2.0, but everything you just
No,
mentioned
no,
happened
no, this
prior
no, 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 this stuff was in server 2.0.
in server
What I just
2.0.
finished to you right now was in server 2.0. Server 1.0 wasn't really, I don't remember, wasn't really that active as much. It wasn't really as active as much
Okay, but when did
around that time.
so she lost her mod role before she left because she left obviously.
Yeah, because she left, and then I gave it back to her like a month or so later, or she came. I don't remember the when she came back or whatever.
So when she lost
So
her admin role was because of Kudrow.
she lost her admin role because of Cujo. She was going to be a basic mod. She was just going to be an admin. So the thing is fun. So the thing is fun. She modded for in my first server for a time, and I basically kicked her or banned her from my server when I got kicked out or banned from the revolt. She wasn't supposed to be in there. Racken was supposed to be in there. I made that clear to Kage around that time, right? Then the second server comes along. I make the second server. Violet comes in, Violet comes out. She has her feelings about certain people, right? And this is also around the time when people like OCD were distancing themselves from her because she started to alienate a good chunk of the people that trolled Six, if that made sense.
No, it did. Okay, I get that.
And
Um,
at the time, OCD and I are close. At the time, OCD and I are close. So OCD's coming to me like saying, like, dude, like, it's just like he felt a certain way about Violet. But that's between OCD and Violet. They have their whatever, you know, just how
mhm.
it is.
Okay, so when it comes to the reason that you removed the role, or what you're telling me is that it stems down to all the bad blood you guys had before, and after another incident, it was just easier just to remove it versus anything else.
A little bit of that, and also just like there was just no accountability. There's no like sorry taken. Like after you talk to somebody a little bit, you'd be like, yo, bro, my bad for coming off to you like that. It was just like, no, this is just how I talk. I don't care. Deal with it.
Well,
And that's been a constant.
that's more
That's just
personal.
been a yeah. That's just been like a constant. That's just been like a constant. This is like, well, bro, how do you expect people to like want to interact with you if you like act like that with people?
So, so son, if I were to come at you crazy, right? Just
Mhm.
for whatever reason, right? And you're telling me that what I said hurt your feelings, right? And then I pretty much just say, "Oh, it is what it is." Wouldn't you be like, "Well, what the WTF?"
Yeah, of
Wouldn't you be
course.
like, "Okay, so you don't even care about my feelings? Oh, fuck you. This is just how I talk." So the thing is, when the energy is reciprocated from someone like me, because what you give me, I'm sorry, you get from me what you give to me. If you give me a bitch, you're gonna get the bitch. If you give me respect, you're gonna get respect. So that's the point Turtle's trying to make. So if you're coming at him a certain way and he's telling you like, bro, chill, what you doing that for? And you're just like, oh, okay, well, hey, that's just how I am. Take it or leave it. Oh, okay, cool. You know?
I hear that. I do hear that. So
And the thing is that no one's checked her on that because it it's like a whole thing. No one checks her on that. So it's like she just thinks that it's okay to talk to people the way she talks to people. So it's okay. Like it's whatever. So it's like an accumulation of that, and also just like what Rox has told me, where it's just like they just keep on getting too much power in a lot of servers. Rox has told me that like, Violet was trying to get modship in a different server and nuke it. And then she wanted to try and get modship in Dez's server because Rox has had modship in it. And it just kept on happening and happening and happening. And Rox is kind of like opened my mind a little bit, saying like, "Damn, she really is just trying to get modship and like all these servers that like Six has either been in or has like has had some type of residual effect in." You know, that
Wait,
was like,
Roxas
damn.
said that? Roxas
Yes,
said that?
Rox has said that to me. Rox said that to me. Rox said that
Damn.
to me. Rox said that to me in a VC. Rox said that to
Wow.
me in a VC call. I didn't have it recorded.
I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry to keep interrupting. I'm just
yeah.
flabbergasted at what I'm hearing.
No, you're good. You're part of this
Rox
interview.
Rox said
Yeah.
that to me in a
Oh
V.
yeah,
Rox
yeah.
said that. Rox said that to me in a VC call. Yep.
Wow.
So I'm I'm like, well, damn, like, yeah, he's actually kind of right about this. Because at the time, like, I trusted Roxas. Roxas was also like an admin. Because at the time, I trusted Roxas with the server. At the time, he was the proverbial glue that kind of kept me and like that side it together in a sense.
Okay,
But
so
Roxas was really
okay.
like the thing is Roxas never went out of his way to check certain people, and that side was one of those
Hmm.
people. And
So
there's been
you
a history of that.
so you're saying that she does no wrong in from her side of the crew. Like no one, she does no wrong to them. Like everything she does is like from the Lord himself type thing.
Kind of.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Now,
Interesting.
you did bring up Roxas, so we have to talk about him now. He
Okay.
told me about the situations that you were telling me prior in the DMs, but not fully.
Yes.
So he first told me how you banned him when he was once a co-owner in your latest server. Could you explain that
Yeah.
situation to me?
Oh,
So
tell it,
so
turtle.
basically what happened was like Roxas, he just like he wasn't really as active as a co-owner that much. And like there were people that were actually like, like stepping up and doing a lot of other things. So I wanted to give them co-owner and just give Roxas like a like a moderator role of some sort. And he was like, he was working this on the third. I guess like, one of my people in there was talking and he was talking and I guess he took offense to it and he just started calling him out of his name. Like literally just like started yelling obscenities at him, coming to him crazy. We're like, Rox, what the hell? You know? And like not F that, like not F that. He's a whole ass bit. Like, I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, and he said this in front of other people. Like he's saying
Hmm.
he talked about his disability, that he was disabled, talked about his disability, like as against some more shit. And we're just like, Roxas, you can't do that, bro. Like that leaves a bad taste in people's mouths. Like that really had one person messed up, bro. You can't be saying stuff like that to people. And he couldn't understand
But
that. So he
okay.
got he got like man first time, right? Then the second time, that was the whole screenshot situation.
Yes, and I was going to ask you about that. So, can you talk about that one?
So that whole screenshot situation, right? When that first got out, right? All of the mods were in a VC call, right? And Zay is my witness. A bunch of the mods there were also my witness. We were talking about it, and the only person we could point to through use of like deductive reasoning is Roxas. Roxas is the only one who is friends with Violet, right? Right? And when I asked Violet, Violet said, I don't have the liberties to tell you. So there's this like, okay, well, it's just most likely Roxas. And if Roxas wants to, disprove it, he should just send screenshots saying like, proving that it wasn't him. Roxas never did. What Roxas did do was send a different screenshot. What was my other mod sending it to someone else? He doesn't have the person in which he sent it to. So that got debunked pretty easily. And because Roxas got removed because of like due to that, Roxas basically got me banned from Dez's server, another server,
Mm-hmm.
and as
Mm-hmm.
a result, I lost modship from LG server because I guess Roxas was telling LG what I did, and LG took away my modship because of it. Now, you know,
Mm-hmm.
so now the thing is, son, right? If you're the only one that's friends with said person that you got that said screenshot from, like, I'm gonna think it's you, dog. And then like when I ask you, okay, well, prove to me that it wasn't you. You said that you were working, but you said that you were working, but that doesn't mean that you screenshot it and sent it and like you sent it before you went driving, bro. Like and like that's my like my take on it. Like, when I tried telling him, he keeps on telling me all the things I did for you, all the things that I've defended. Like he's like, I defended you when all that stuff happened. I was like, yeah, but then you go around behind my back and you send that, and I'm just like, huh? Why would you do that?
So, son, I want to ask you a question. Thank you, Turtle, for bringing that up. So, when someone says they're the neutral person, right? Don't you think that, I'm sorry, doesn't that mean that you don't get involved in either side? You don't go back to this side and say what they said and vice versa? That's what being neutral is, right? You're staying out of it, right? That's what being neutral is, right? Or am I missing something?
When you're neutral, the most basic rule, yeah, you would have to stay out of it, not feed the
Right.
fire.
Okay. Right. Okay. So when you send screenshots of what this party said to the right side, but then you turn around and send screenshots from the right side to the left side, are you still the neutral person?
No,
Oh, okay. Okay. You heard that right, Turtle? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Just want to make
so
sure.
but
and so
that's
like and so
but
and so
you haven't proved
um,
though that it was. You have likely suspicion, and you did set a condition. But ultimately, you don't know if it was Ross's or not.
okay, and
that
so
is
the thing
true.
is that
Absolutely.
the thing is that like okay, but when I asked Roxas, so like, yo, just prove it wasn't you, it was like a whole lot of filibustering. Like he didn't want to do it.
I would understand
And
that a little bit, you
and
know.
the thing is that should I say it? Should I say it that
Oh,
should I
go
say it?
for it. We're being real
So
here. We're not holding on back.
so basically he went on into a VC with Zay and told Zay that he was the one who did it. And he was trying to explain to Zay that he was trying to stay neutral. But he didn't go and tell me. But he went and told Zay, but didn't tell me. So if so the thing is, right? You tell Zay this in VC. He didn't say this to him in text. He told it to him in VC, right? He was denying all the time with me all the time, right? And then in a VC like a couple days ago, Roxas again, while Zay was there, if he was the one who sent the screenshot, and he still said no in my face while Zay was there.
Okay.
So it only
Okay.
so it only cements my belief that like okay, you were the one who sent it because so you're telling
All
me
we
that
want you
you
to do is own
Well, that's a
it.
different
That's
like
all we want
exactly
you
story.
to
just
do.
own it.
It's different if you're telling me that Teddy told you that he said it. It's a totally different story.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what we were getting to.
Okay.
We were getting to that. Yeah, absolutely. If you tell me that you did it, but then when the person who's in charge of the server asks you and you tell him you don't know, but you told me you did it, so which one is it? You just don't want him to
So,
know you did it?
and like that's
Because
the
he
thing.
already
Like, do you,
knew. He already
so like
knew. He
exactly.
already knew.
So do you want me? So like, was he lying? So was he saying that he did it to mess up to confuse Zay? Because why would you tell
Right.
someone that you did? Why would you tell someone that you did something, but then you tell the other person that you didn't do it?
No, he said he didn't know who did it.
Oh,
That's what he
that he
said.
didn't know,
His
or that he
exact
didn't
words
know who
was
did
he
it,
didn't know. He didn't
or that he
know.
didn't know who did it
Right.
exactly, or he didn't know who did it.
Okay.
You know?
No, I understand that. I do. So, moving from that, let me ask, or actually, no, let me show, because this was brought to my attention. I want you guys to have a look at it.
Sure.
Now, in this video, the context is that you were going to use the calculator to go
Yeah.
into Violet's server, and then you were going to join and presumably rate it.
Oh,
What?
rate it? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. So
Well,
Oh
they're
my
saying that.
but are
So
you
they're saying
aware? Are
that.
you aware of this clip though?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I am aware of this clip. And
Okay.
the thing is, right? I didn't say I was going to rate it
You did it.
because because I didn't. The thing is that, believe it or not, people were spying in my server regardless and sending shit back to her anyway. And so I just said like, okay, well, if we're going to spy on people's servers, I'll just send a spy there. That's just basically how it is. If people thought I was going to raid Violet's server, I don't really do all that raiding stuff. I was going to have a spy in there. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Okay. So that's the
Because
context though.
no, yeah, that's the context. Because people were spying in my server and sending stuff back to, and I have receipts of that too.
Well, I mean, but
And I
on that part, you should expect that. Honestly, I know I have spies in my
yeah
server. Like I
yeah
talk to the spies in public. Like, you gotta that part you gotta expect. I'm not gonna lie to you.
no exactly. So I did. I was just playing the game. I just played the game. That's what I did. Just played the game.
Okay. No, I hear that. I hear that. Okay. Understood on that. But one thing I want to note is that a lot of people were upset when it came to the roles they played when they were helping out in the servers. Obviously, that came with Ballsman, Rat King, everybody within Revolt. However, a bigger reason that the people were unhappy with you is that they believe, as you said the same thing, that they need to take accountability. They believe you yourself have not taken accountability. And they said that when confronted, they said that you would say things that you were busy with school or you had other priorities than to worry about your server. However, they would catch you in a 6 Erican stream, right? And that was the one issue that Kage had. That was an issue that Violet expressed in their interview. And the way I see it is that the issue seemed to have stemmed from said Kage issue, and it's now developed its way into all these situations about the topic of accountability. So hearing that, what are
Here
your
we go.
thoughts?
Here we go.
Oh,
Accountability.
so they're saying that. So this wasn't brought up to me. Again, this wasn't brought up. Okay, this wasn't brought up to me. So if they're saying that I spent most of my time in the 6 Erican streams, right? It's not really the case. Like I poke my head in. There's a difference between poking my head in, but that's not me watching the entire stream every single day. I poke my head in like for 2 minutes, and then I go on about my day. 'Cause I'm curious. I want to be in the know. Nothing crazy. If if it was that pressing, I tell people to add me. Let me know if there's certain things happening. People have my DMs for a reason. If things were happening. So I'm being told that I am not taking accountability because I wasn't watching my server.
Well, let me clarify a little bit. Well,
Uh,
I mean, I guess in a sense, yeah, but to clarify, I guess with
so
the whole the mod stuff thing,
so
when your mods were, I
so final.
guess, hold on. When your
Okay.
mods were doing what they do, right? and people had
Yeah.
friction with your mods and they were having issues with them, when they confronted you about it, when they would talk to you about those issues, then you would obfuscate and say that you would have homework or priorities. That's what they're saying.
So the time, so like, so you're telling me that I have homework or priorities? Yeah, I would have homework or priorities. If it's like a, so if there, so who in particular are you talking about? If that's like,
So I
is it
can't
like a
speak to.
multiple?
Well, I'm assuming it's. I'm not assuming. I'm saying from the interviews I gathered, when some of the people, the certain people, would talk to you, because I can't speak to all the DMs or interactions you
Yeah.
guys have had. I don't know about all that, but with whatever friction was happening between certain parties, when brought to your attention, you would use work or you would use school as a way to not talk about it. And sometimes it was the mods that were the ones causing the issues, but you wouldn't deal with it. That's what they're saying. That's the lack of accountability that they are accusing you of.
Hold on. The mods were having issues with the people in Turtle Server or the other way around? I want to make sure I heard that correctly.
Well, I'm going to assume back and forth.
Oh,
Okay.
so
Okay, go
Because
ahead.
I know because
so
I know that there's issues between both sides. I'm not going to lie and say that
because
one
yeah,
didn't insult the other, one
I
did
wanted
like
to,
like
so
no.
yeah. Okay,
I'm
okay,
assuming
okay.
it's back
I'm
and
glad you cleared that
forth,
up.
but most
so
Yeah,
I
likely
that's
so
that's
I
what I'm
why.
told
trying to
That's
so
why I
say.
I
had to.
told people
That's why I had to ask you that. I'm like, wait, hold up.
That's
What we're
fair.
not going to do is make this a one-sided thing. But I'm
No,
sorry. Go
no, it's
ahead.
it's a war. I see
No,
the
I'm sorry.
war.
I'm sorry, son. No, son. It was just I heard it and it just didn't process right in my head. I said, wait, hold up. Let me ask him before I react. So that's why I said, wait, hold up. Let me make sure I'm hearing you right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
That's fair. I appreciate that.
so so I told people so I told I'm not even like remembering but like most of that stuff now because it really wasn't like it wasn't like pressing matters. If I went into DMs, it was probably like something along the lines of, "Oh, there was like an issue with somebody with like people just like about something like minuscule or minor." The only thing that I can think about with a certain person was probably the Mauve Eclipse person with Balls Man. And the only reason why that is because I thought at the time he was just like a LARPer, just like being like a nuisance, like pretending to be like pretending to be six arrogant, but it's just like LARPing as one, but was just ultimately just like is doing that just to get a rise out of people, just like a court gesture in a sense.
There's receipts for
Now,
that too, son, by the way. But go ahead.
yeah. And so if they're saying that like, oh, I'm doing that, like I was like, dude, he like I don't know what he's doing. And when they said that like, oh, he's like as a Muslim, I was like, okay, got you. And then like he'd hit me up and I'd be like, dude, I told him like, dude, you gotta like not be like this because they'll just ban you. Like I thought it was like harmless shit and they just didn't like. But then when like I look at it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand. I fucked up on that part. I even told them, I'm like, yo, my fault on that part. And so it's like, yeah, like I have a life. Like I have a life. Like the whole point of me having mods was to like, you
But
know, work on stuff in the server while I'm gone. So I don't understand.
here's my thing. Sorry, I'm sorry to cut you off. Here's my thing.
Yeah.
As you said, bro, you have a life. You only can do what you can do, right? So when you have mods in, well, as you just said, that's what you have mods for, to handle your server. And when everything was going down in there, because I was in there at the time as a mod, and I literally said, this server is messy. Did I not tell you, Turtle? I think
Hmm.
this server is messy based off of the mods that you have. Well, that mod specifically.
Yeah.
What's her name? Yeah, her. Um, I literally said it's just getting messy. Even when me and B Man and Two Shots, well, it was B Man's idea to have like a fake beef to kind of stir up a fight between me and Two Shots because we wanted to see who was the better Tekken player. She wants to go in and start defending Two Shots like I'm literally coming at him crazy. Mind you, she can see the full conversation in the mod chat, but you want to come at me as if I'm really coming at him crazy. Come on now. Why are you trying to start with me? Because you won't win that argument, sweetheart. You're not gonna win. Turtle has told me my mouth is crazy. It is. Compared to autism's, no. because that's a whole different type of reckless mouth. But what you won't do is disrespect me. That's my point. But back to the other point, Turtle, you only can do what you can do, right? And I
Exactly.
said this before. If you had met me and like all none of this would have happened. Because I've had disagreements with you, Turtle. Did you see me nuke your
Mhm.
server? Did you see me
No.
go behind your back and talk about you? They can't prove that because it never happened. Anything I had to say to you, I went to your DMs. I didn't tell Tom, Dick, and Jerry. I told you because that's what I thought friends do. But at the same time, everybody has their own definitions of loyalty, right? And friendships. But I digress. Sorry, go ahead.
Fair. Very fair. Turtle, you had a
Sorry,
point. Did you want
my
to?
bad.
No. You're good. You're good.
No.
I was waiting
So
for Turtle to speak because I thought
no.
he.
No, yeah. No. Yeah. So there's that incident with Ballsman. Then like there's a whole thing with C-Box, right? Here's like another underlying issue that now that I just remembered, which was also kind of thing that was bugging me too. So it was kind of like I guess there was some disagreements, right? And C-Box he came off as kind of pretentious, a little arrogant, a little obnoxious, and rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Right? But at the same time, I don't really know much, but I guess Rat King sent something to C-Box or whatever, a person that was in my server at the time before he got like kicked or whatever. And like I guess like C-Box told like Rat King to like leave him alone. And so first I was like, is that like a was it like a joke? Like I didn't know if it was a joke, but then like it was with malicious intent. So I was like, damn. Damn, bro, like we don't have to be doing this. Like he's already out of the server. We don't have to pick somebody while they're down. So like if there's saying that like I'm not taking accountability because I do things and like at the same time, maybe I'm busy throughout the day. I'll let people know this. I'm busy throughout the day. Like I'll have my spots where like I can like interact with people and say certain things, but then I'm out. There's a difference between like me like looking at something or listening to something in the background, and then just rather like typing away, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Like if they're trying to say that I was spending my time like not looking at my server, then like what was the whole point of me having mods? That's the reason why I said like, hey, thank you guys for looking after the server. Like I literally said that. I said thank you guys for looking after the server. Like Zay,
Okay, so go ahead.
no, I was saying like Zay can even like attest to you that like no, like yeah, I say thank you all the time.
Yes, he does, son. He does. But here's my thing, right? Turtle, you okay. You okay. Both parties, right? Well, okay, I'm not gonna say you didn't take accountability because you've taken accountability at least to be when it came to explaining your side of the story, right? But you also have expressed to me that you're not going to take accountability for your part until they take accountability for theirs, correct? Or did I quote that wrong?
To an extent, like I was just like I can take accountability for like what was done to
No,
me.
no,
But
no,
the thing
no.
is
No, no,
that
I get you. No, no, I get you. But I'm saying like you feel like it's going to be one-sided if you take accountability for what you did, but they're not going to take accountability for what they did, which is why you won't say it first. I feel like that's what
yeah.
you're going with this. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah, that's kind of where I'm
Okay,
going because there's no like
okay.
it's just
Got you.
like they want me to take accountability for all these things that I said, even though I've had multiple
Hmm.
calls where Zay has been
Hmm.
involved and
Right.
they've heard me say that and they've heard me tell me that like okay I fucked up on this part. Hell, there was even a
Yeah.
call between me and Roxas where Roxas even said, "Hey, Roxas was trying to mediate, right?" And Roxas was like, "Oh, like dude, I have to find it. Oh, right here. I'll send this to you then." So Roxas basically said, like, all right, Turtle Days and Violet Shadows list three things I want both of y'all to address that y'all did wrong so it can be cleared up on y'all's accounts. And you want to know what was said from Violet's part? There's not much to clear up, Chief. Everything got addressed in the call. The actions that were deemed mine were the actions of others that followed me when I left. I don't apologize for the actions of others, especially when it's their own ideas. Feel free to list the 3 things, though, to add on. And then she says this: the main issue is with Turtle's companions, not Turtle directly, which is nothing I focus on within the call. The only thing Turtle has done wrong is act a fool and make stupid choices without thinking maturely when posting on online platforms, as well as choosing mod staff that were creepy towards the relationship of 2 minors, were stalkers, and were homophobic. As far as I'm concerned, I couldn't give any less of a fuck about anything further on this topic. Turtle spoke, I spoke, offered to remain mutual within the community. Nothing more, nothing less. My DMs are open for Turtle if he needs. I specified that in the call as well. My problem lies with primarily how the malignancy of their mod staff and such will to remain that way until those people fully change their behavior online given their ages. Like I said, I'm remaining mutual until I need to act otherwise.
Wait, hold on.
You can't say
Is that true?
Okay, good.
Are they
that's
pedos and
no, they're
all
not.
that?
No, they're not.
Okay, because I was sure finna be like, who is that directed at?
That was directed at that was directed at Glider and Bird.
Okay, now I'm glad you were direct with that. Now, Bird is homophobic? Question mark, question mark?
Homophobic and pedophilic. I don't know what relates to what, but
No.
those were the words that she used.
Okay, so Turtle, answer that question so I can ask my next question. Bird is homophobic?
So no, Bird's not homophobic, Glider's not homophobic.
Okay, so now let's revert to the other side. Isn't one of their people homophobic and racist?
Yes.
So what is the word for that exactly? If that supposedly is true?
The double standard. And even then, there was
okay.
there was no
Mm, mm,
there was no
interesting.
weird comment made
Interesting.
about
It's
that.
not okay. It's not okay for them to be homophobic and racist, but it's okay for this. Oh, okay, gotcha.
But I'm not
Gotcha.
but I'm not
You
but
get.
I'm not
I'm
even done
sorry,
with this.
son. You get where I'm going. You get where I'm going with this, son. Do you understand that?
For the audience, can you spell it out?
What the double standards?
Yeah.
Oh no, I pretty much explained. Like it's okay for this party to. I'm sorry, it's not okay for this party to be homophobic and whatever the hell they are, but it's okay for this party to be homophobic and racist. That's no, that's not how it works. We're gonna call it how it is. Correct?
That's the plan. That's the hope.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
So
Okay, sorry.
let me read the end of this. And so like Roxa said, Turtle Days, you got to do your part now. And Violet said, you can't say that you have 3 things when you want me and him to do / address and then call upon Turtle to speak, Chief. It's either you have 3 things or both. Turtle has 3 things for me and 3 loose things for himself. But in retrospect, you can post those things in my DMs and hope they make some sense. I was supposed to leave / delete this group chat after the call ended, but forgot as per usual. And again, this proves that there's no accountability taken. She just says that she can't take it. She just said in that text, right, is that I I can't take accountability for the actions that others done. That just to be clear,
But isn't
right?
that the same thing with your mods? You can't take if that's the case, you can't take accountability for the things that your mods have done, right?
Exactly. So basically, when she's
Oh,
talking about the
okay.
nuking of my server, when she's talking about the nuking of the server, she said those are the actions of people that have followed me or are like closest to me. So she said, I don't apologize for the actions of others, especially when it's their own ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So son. So if you need to listen to me on this, bro. Does that make sense to you? So, you know, regardless of how you slice it, regardless of how you slice it, no, like it just doesn't make any sense. No matter which way you look at it. If you tell
So son,
somebody that
let's let Sonny answer the question. Does that make sense to you, bro? I know you'll be honest.
About how whether she can't apologize for the actions of others, especially if it was their own ideas.
yes,
but expect Turtle to apologize for the same thing. That makes sense to you?
Or
Well,
reprimand said people for said things.
well, I have to manage myself. What you do with your people in front of other people, that's on you. You shouldn't be theatrical when it comes to reprimanding your people. I think that should always be held in private. Uh,
Hmm.
I don't think
Hmm.
you should make a spectacle out of whatever behavioral decision you want to put down on them. I think that's stupid. I think that's dumb. I dislike that.
Mm. Okay.
When speaking
Yeah.
about this, I don't think either of you actually should apologize for the actions of your mods.
Exactly.
If you're going to reprimand
Exactly.
them, you guys should do that on your, you know,
Exactly.
privately. But
Exactly.
I personally do not think that either of you
Which stuff was done
can
privately.
apologize to it.
I can attest that I address stuff privately with my mods. With my mods.
You do. You do.
The thing is, again, with the call that we had with Roxas, right? He went on, bro. We'll get to that later. But
I know where you're going to.
it's but it's like this is exactly but this is gonna tie into things that I have been like that I've been pounding at with people that like it's rules for thee but not for me. It's literally rules for thee but not for me.
Well, you're going so about mad about the hypocrisy.
It's not literally just the hypocrisy of it all. Like if you just like if you just said like bro a little a little like humility goes a long way. Like if you just said like yo I messed up my bad. It's okay. It's okay to admit that you're wrong. But the thing is, it's like there's a stubbornness to admit that one is wrong. And that's why I ask you if you said what you said about me. Because when I send that, that entire voice call, because the thing is, we're trying to when the first video came out, right, with you, with when you made the first video about us,
Mm-hmm.
like it basically, rekindled a lot of stuff, right? So on and so forth.
Yeah, as expected.
And then and then, you know, then more so than we try to be amicable, especially if you know some certain things. And this is what I'm going to tie into with hypocrisy. As you know, if you don't know, I try telling you this, but I mod for Elude. You know who Elude is?
Yeah, you told me about
That's
this.
just, yeah, right. I was getting flack, and you're going to see in some of the screenshots that you know Z Money. If you don't know who Z Money is in the YouTube comments, Z Money is Rat King. Z Money was basically or basically not like harassing, but he was just just talking shit, saying how you're I mod for losers now. I mod for losers now, right? But then Roxas becomes a mod and it's crickets. Super quiet. It's
Interesting.
super quiet. It's super quiet. When Roxas wasn't a mod, it was turtle mods for low cows now, turtle mods for this, turtle mods for that. But then as soon as Roxas became a mod, crickets. Thing to be said. The only reason, like another thing that I would like to add, like after to the fact too, is that when we first had that call with Zay in there, I thought everything was fine after that. But the thing is that there was still shit talk behind the scenes, and it was more so in Six's server, which made no sense to me. Now, Six, he has a server. Six Eric, and he has a server, and all I would see is Balls Man constantly talk shit about me, even after the fact in which we squashed beef.
Ain't that some
Correct?
shit?
Right? Right?
Don't you
Now,
have
now
receipts for that?
let me
I'm
see.
sorry. Go ahead. I mean,
Like,
it's fine. Okay.
but the thing is, like, I know that I've streamed it to people and I've shown people, like, look, bro, he's just talking shit. He's just talking shit on my name. Like, he's just calling me a cloud chaser, this, that, and the third. Like, I literally had to, I remember someone stream. I think it was in one of my VCs. Someone was literally streaming the voice call that Balzan was having with a couple people, just shit talking me, just slandering my name,
Mm,
literally just slandering my
mm,
name. And so,
mm,
when I showed that to people, I was like, bro, we squashed the beef. I don't know why he's doing this. And then
But
people
wait,
basically,
didn't he try to get back in your server after that or before that? Was it or was it during the shit talking?
no, it was after, it was like after the shit talking. It was like after the shit talking,
Oh
after he
wow.
started to realize that like, no, people actually saw what you were saying and they actually came and supported me to basically tell you like, bro, why are you talking shit about him?
Oh,
Because people
that's
saw that.
not. Isn't that's a little fake, if you ask me. Because I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Why would I? That's like me and if me and Sun Tsunami got beef, we squash it, but I'm bashing him still. Like,
You know?
I don't get that. That's not fake,
So
or is
so
that a
like
little phony?
exactly. So like but
No,
in
it's
like
fake.
June,
You
in
said
June
what,
of that,
son?
No, it's fake. It's fake. But hold on,
Oh
before
yeah,
we
yeah. Okay,
Turtle, before you
okay.
get into
so
that, I do want to get back because I had a question when it came to accountability.
fall back.
Mm.
Well, first a statement. I think when it comes to accountability, it's not for the other people; it's for yourself. You should just be
Mhm.
accountable just because it is what it is. You did what you did. Whatever your reasoning, that's
Exactly.
whatever it is. But you should just be accountable on you. So when it was brought up that you weren't going to be accountable until they were accountable, I'm questioning it a little bit.
So so the reason why, son, is because I've taken accountability like for the shit that's happened, like in call in VC so many times already, right? 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 So they know that I've already taken accountability. Again, the only person that has taken accountability was Balls Man. The only person that took accountability was Balls Man. No one else. And it's like, what else would you want me to take accountability for? How about you tell me some of the things that you need to be accountable for? Because it seems like you just want me to keep on saying, I did this, and never, and it was just never like, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do this. It kind of gets like sickening in a sense. If I keep on telling you, okay, I did wrong, I did wrong, but you try to like pussy slide out of it, saying I didn't do anything wrong. Ask somebody else's problem. That's their problem. That's their issue. This, that, and the third. But you played a role in it, and you don't take accountability. Then what?
Now, who are
Do
we
I
talking
even?
about specifically? Are we talking about Violet, Roxas?
Violet. Oh no, Violet in particular. Violet. I mean Violet,
Just
like
Violet
Rat King.
and Rat King.
Violet, Violet, Rat King.
Okay.
You know,
Mhm.
like you know, like I've I've told Boss man, like, look, bro, my bad for the whole mob thing, bro. Oh, my bad for the whole mob thing. Balls man, we were in a VC. We did a set first to five on Tekken. We were talking things out. It, and he was just like, yeah, bro, I'm sorry for doing all this. I just want to, get past all of this shit, you know? So like I think July, late July-ish. I'm not so sure. The thing is that I have witnesses that have and I have witnesses that have vouched for me where I've taken accountability. I've said that I've done things and I've said sorry for it. But it's always me saying sorry and they're not saying sorry. So basically,
So, oh, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
no. So basically it's like, so is it just me always saying sorry and you guys are just always like not saying sorry? You guys are just you guys just like run scot free, get off scot free?
Mm, okay.
No, Zay, say what you want to say, bro.
Yes, please.
No, I was trying to make sure I'm understanding. Like, okay, so I don't recall, Turtle. That's why I need to ask. I know you've taken accountability privately, but I could be wrong here, but I feel like you're saying they want you to do it publicly. No, I
No,
just I like I said, I
no.
could be wrong, but okay, okay,
No,
okay.
so I
Because I
so when we were in calls, there's been multiple cases where I've tried to get it to be done privately, but those
right,
attempts have
right,
failed.
right, right, right.
And when I tried doing it in calls, I was just like, damn, bro. So like I've given you all these ample times for you guys to like, like and just admit that you did some wrong, right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And you guys still don't want to. Now, so now, when the screenshots come out of you doing all this BS, then what?
I wonder if you did do it publicly, would that have made a difference though? Not saying you had to, but like I wonder if that would have been the closure that they wanted and needed, I guess.
I don't think so personally.
Because
The way I'm following the
okay,
story,
well,
I feel like one side believes that there's no accountability, and the other side believes there's no accountability. But I don't. It was never public. You know, it was always private.
right.
I don't think it was that
And the
personally.
attempt and the attempt, but the
Well,
thing
yeah,
is
I
that
guess you're right though.
the thing is that the
I guess
attempts
you're
that were
right.
made, attempts that were made in private, just like didn't fall through because they didn't want to take accountability. Like I was gonna be like, okay, I did these things wrong. I didn't communicate properly. I didn't do this. I
So
didn't like, you know?
Uh, okay, so I want to ask, when you, son, when you did those interviews with other people, did those people take accountability for what they said and did?
I don't know if I can really say. I want.
Ah, okay, okay, no, that's all you need to say, right? You don't recall.
No,
Not
no, no,
saying
no,
they
no, no,
didn't,
no,
not
no,
saying
no,
they
no,
did.
no, no. I said I don't know if I can really say. As the
Okay,
person, making the
so,
video, I feel like I should wait for to show that.
okay, well, he can't really say, well, because he doesn't, yeah.
Because I don't want to. What
You
what
don't
I'm
want to quote
giving
people wrong. You don't want to quote people wrong. Yeah, I got you. I
that,
don't think you want to quote people wrong.
that and also what I'm bringing to you guys, or what I brought to you guys, was their concerns, and I felt that they were good enough to be questions, and so those are the questions that I brought to your attention, to both your attentions, to talk about. Now, in terms of what was said specifically in the interviews, that's all going to happen when I put the story together. So I can't reveal that
Okay.
information. At least not now.
So do you feel like your questions were answered
No,
or
100%, all of them. All,
oh, okay.
not
No, I
not
just
all, but most of them.
oh
I have two more.
what questions were? Okay. I thought you meant like past questions. Okay, sorry. All right, so continue.
Like like this is that's really all I wanted. Like, but the thing is, I don't know if it's like an ego thing because it's just like it's like they the thing is, if you talk shit to somebody, expect shit talk to come back your way. Like that's just kind of like how that's kind of how I felt I'm very big on reciprocating energy now because it's like if you want to talk shit, we can talk shit. We can do that whole exchange.
So
That's how it is.
son, real quick.
Hmm.
So I feel like Turtle, I told you this privately, but I'll say it
Mhm.
again. So I feel like Turtle wasn't really he didn't have a backbone. I'm gonna just say that. He kind of like when arguments and stuff were going around, he kind of just was like, sitting there like I kind of don't know what to say. I don't know how to mediate. I don't know how to have this person's back. Like kind of like that until he kind of came around us and we were like, bro, you got to stand up for yourself. We can't do it for you. Well, I'm not going to do it for you, but there's people probably that would do it for him. I'm not trying to shade no one, but I was just like, yo, bro, you really got to stand up for yourself, especially as you're getting more into the community. You're putting your name out there. I want you to grow, but I also want you to never let someone disrespect you. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you're doing that this way, you're probably doing that outside of Discord. Like this is Discord. This is the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like we are miles away from each other. No one's gonna beat Turtle's ass. No one's gonna beat my ass. Like let's be. Oh, I keep cursing. No one's gonna. No one. That's not gonna happen, right? Y'all are miles away from us, and vice versa. So it's like, you know, if we're not gonna talk, if we're not gonna be adults and be like, okay, look, you did this, let me take accountability for what I did, you take accountability for what you did, we could just move forward. But Turtle, I feel like Turtle now is starting to do all of that more, take accountability. Well, to me, at least others might not see it, but at least when I've had disagreements with him and I feel like he did some things wrong and stuff like that, he would apologize to me and vice versa. So I appreciate that he is evolving. I just wanted to add that. Sorry, go ahead.
I know. This is kind of where I'm at.
Understood. Do understand that? Okay. So, in terms of like anything that was pressing that I had to ask, how was that? The last two questions I have are more so aftermath of like when we're done with everything. I feel like you had more things you wanted to share with me. You guys had some like evidence you guys wanted to bring to my attention.
Oh,
So
a
after this
lot
part,
of juicy stuff.
then we'll close it off. But please,
All right, bro.
whatever you guys have, tell me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let me see what I've said so far. Like,
Oh, I thought he was about to
basically,
ask the questions first. Oh, my
No,
bad.
no,
oh,
no,
no,
no, no,
my
no.
fault, my fault.
No. I'm not. Those questions, the last two that I have, it's after you guys. So here, in my mind.
Okay. I'm sorry. I heard it. I think I heard it wrong because I thought you said you were going to ask the questions. Then we do that part. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, you're good. You're good. So yes, no. Please bring what you guys have because I didn't know you guys had evidence that you wanted to show me.
This won't Turtle. I don't think it'll send the audio because it's too long.
Yeah, so we'd have
So
to
I
send
think you'll have
it
to
via email. You have to send it via
yeah.
email.
So Sun Tsunami, you're gonna have to send Turtle like that so we can get that audio to you. Basically what happened in the audio is I'm not gonna say we, I wanted at least everyone to at least try to, talk about their issues and see if we can move past it. But it kind of went left. No, it did go left. I'm not gonna say kind of. It went completely left. There was okay, so prior to that, actually, I was in whose server was it? I was in one of their servers, and they were.
Hage's server.
Okay. Oh, that's the one who called me sexy jailbird.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, thanks for that, Kage. Shout out to you. So I was in his server, and I believe it was B Man, Rat King, Jill. And I believe there was one more turtle. I don't remember their name. But anyway, they were all in there basically making fun of hockey's.
Hockey. This was during Sun's
Yeah, go ahead. You can say it. Yeah, you can tell it better than I can.
Son, I didn't want to like bring it to your attention that crazy but Hockey, as you know, he played in the tournament, and the thing is that they don't like Hockey because he has a weird coping mechanism. That's basically how I'm gonna put it. I'm not gonna, like if you want to inquire more about it, I'd suggest hitting him up about it. But the thing
No,
is
not
that
important.
yeah, but the thing is that in some like in the screenshots that like was sent, yeah, let's scroll up a little bit. I could probably for instance, like they were just like talking about one of Hockey's coping mechanisms and they were just talking shit about him. And Hockey hit me up saying that he was uncomfortable. I was asking like, yo, are you good? And he was like, bro, they're just kind of just hating on me. And the thing is that like this with it was kind of like expected coming from Rat King because Rat King even admitted that when you get the whatchamacallit, that Hockey bullies himself, as he says. So let that sink in. And that what really surprised me was Ballsman, because Ballsman, he out of a although I may have had beef with some of the people that he was friends with, that he was a part of, like he was even telling me that he felt the type of way even apologizing to me because he felt a certain way on how Violet and them would feel if they apologized to me.
Crazy.
And I was like,
Sorry.
and like he sent me a long paragraph, but he deleted it. And I told him I didn't even get a chance to see it. And he said that it probably wouldn't have mattered, but I was like, it does. So he, bro, hold on, let me scroll and find it because
Okay, so while Turtle finds that, yes. So when I saw that happening, it got so bad that an argument I believe happened in a lewd server because it I think it went to a lewd server. Like the argument continued over there. So Hockey was going back and forth with Rat King and Jill and B Man, right? So as that was going on, I'm like, yo, why is this going left? Like, what's going on? So I was like, or Turtle, I think, made the suggestion to get in the VC, or was it mine? It was one of our suggestions. It was someone's suggestion. So we all get in the VC. Turtle's doing something, but he was gonna come. Violet gets invited, and then we're all in there. I'm just hearing everyone just say their opinion about hockey and Turtle. And I'm sitting here like, okay, can we wait for Turtle to come in and defend himself? Because what y'all not gonna do is this. So then I asked a question. I said, okay, so it's crazy how you guys are making fun of this man, right? Y'all are making fun of this man for his personal life. I don't know his personal life. That's none of my business. But then it was a problem when autism came in and started bullying them. So you were picking on someone who wasn't there to defend themselves, for one, in another server. But then when you're in a server with autism, and autism was basically bullying the bullies, now it's a problem. Again, double standards. We can't, bro, son, you got to be real, bro. That's not okay. That's wrong. We cannot bully, and then when we get bullied, we play the victim. We can't do that. That's not okay. So that was called out. One of them did apologize, at least to me. I don't know if they apologized to Hockey for that. And I was like, listen, you don't have to apologize to me. You need to apologize to that person because you guys were making fun of him. And actually, one of them did say they actually like to make fun of him, which is
oh
crazy.
yeah, I think that was Jill who said that.
Okay.
Let me
Her, I
see.
guess I don't remember who said it, but I do know someone said that. And I'm sitting here like, that is crazy because bullying is so in this world. Like, coming from someone who got bullied before, but I learned how to fight and I don't get bullied no more. But anyway, that's besides the point. So we get into a VC, and the audio that you're going to listen to is what happened, basically. Well, when you receive it. Turtle, I don't know if you sent it yet.
Yeah, I dropped my. Oh, I see it now.
Yeah. So you need to listen to that. It's like 40 something minutes long. I'm sure you're going to listen to it after this. So the conclusion that I wanted to get from that was that everybody admits that they don't talk shit about anyone that's not there to defend themselves, right? So everyone did say on the VC, you're going to hear it. Everyone that was in that call said, I will not talk shit about anyone that's not there to defend themselves. They all agreed. Am I wrong, Turtle? Okay. Okay. So, Turtle, you can tell them what happened after that.
So as as predicted by Violet did say that that the agreement wouldn't last because
Yes.
in Kage's server, Rat King literally just starts talking shit about Hockey. I believe me too as well. Yeah, he starts talking shit about me and Hockey, I think. And so it's like, well, we just agreed that we shouldn't be talking shit about each other. And so basically, as a result, I start shit with Rat King because I have my beef is with Rat King and Rat King only. I have no beef with anyone else because no one else was talking shit about me. However, their need to defend their friend, okay, admirable, happens. And all I can do is basically just be like, well, I don't know about that because you guys just allowed him to talk shit. And so
Oh, and
they
Rat Kings
basically,
is his own person, by the way. Remember, don't
yeah,
forget that part. That's
yeah.
important. That's
And
important.
another thing is that what was stated is that because Rat King's able to do all this stuff and be like this facetious to people because and the whole emphasis behind it is that Rat King is his own person. He can do whatever he wants. Okay,
Mm,
so that doesn't make any sense because with that logic, I can say in the same breath using switching out Rat King for autism. Autism is his own person, so autism can do whatever he wants.
mhm. Double standards, right? Okay.
So when we see this, it's just like, dude, like you guys are basically just being hypocrites. You know, this
I
is what it
know
is.
Sun is trying to be so neutral, but listen, sometimes you just got to call BS for BS. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
But like that's all. Like that's all I can see it as. That's all I can see it as. And bro, it was just it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I'm trying to. I'm still looking at kind of look through the server right now still, but another point of contention is that what really like was really like shocking to me with Ballsman in particular was that Ballsman who basically he kind of went into a whole entire like thing in your server, but he deleted the messages because I think he was having a really bad like break and whatnot, and he was really feeling down on himself and like Zay was also there to like tell him like, yo bro, you gotta like just get off the internet because he was thinking that people like me and a couple other people were like laughing at him or making fun of him, thinking that he was part of like a Glazer for Six Erican when none of us had even talked crazy about Balls Man. So unless we were like called him out on his BS, only time we would probably talk about him because we don't like the entire time we did that interview, we weren't talking about these people. Like we were minding our business, doing our own thing, and then like over time when the video comes out, of course they're gonna start talking. Age, he even invited me into his server just for me to basically kind of get ganged up on with bombardment, just like a bunch of vitriol in a server. Even in a server, I just found that they were just like again talking shit, and I have that. I have screenshots of that, and this was around the time, especially when we already made like decent sense from these. Why are we still talking shit about each other still? You know, why are we still like saying all this shit? You know?
So where's the screenshot of him basically saying he was using you just for his
Oh
come
yeah,
up?
yeah. Hold on, let me get that real quick too. Let me get that real quick.
I thought that was interesting. I said, oh, okay.
So right here.
Oh, that was for me. Duh.
So basically,
Sorry, go ahead.
Ballsman says like I was only in a server to grow my own server and make friends. Mission's been done and I haven't been back since. And it's like, you know, like, all right, yeah, that's cool, but like to call me a clout chaser, like this is the same person that was calling me a clout chaser because I trolled Six Erican, but then wants to, clout chase off of me and use me as a way to, make a community of his own. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just calling a spade a spade. I'm just calling a spade a spade. Like you also you use me to make a community for your own. That's just what it is. Like I've been called a clout chaser. I don't really know what clout I'm getting from this. Like YouTube doesn't pay my bills.
I mean, you made good friends out of this.
Like, oh, like,
I
yeah,
will
no, yeah,
say
I made
that.
like, yeah, I've made good
You
friends out
made
of this.
good friends.
Dude, I made some hell of a good friends. I've had some laughs over some of the craziest stuff on 30.
Yeah, we do nothing but laugh and joke around, bro.
Exactly. Exactly.
Literally. I'm
Exactly.
sorry, go ahead. Off topic.
But like my outtake on this is that this is just like life. The thing is that I'm just calling shit out for what it is. Like I know that none of these people are gonna cut like they said, none of these people are gonna come over to where I'm at and whip my ass. Like it's just that simple.
Let's
It's
talk
not gonna
about it.
happen. It's not gonna
Let's
happen.
talk about it. Let's talk about
However, I can call you out on bullshit.
it.
I'm showing you like the bullshit with Rat King basically saying that I was making those allegations about me, and then it gets brought up in your server because why would you make some allegations about somebody like that when you were willingly talking to somebody that was posing as somebody that was pretending to be my girlfriend? Wasn't my girlfriend?
Mm,
Yet you fell for the bait. However, when Violet says that, oh, it was something that was already talked about in a stream, that should have been corrected again by your mod. Because if we're going to use the standard of saying that your mods make you look bad, because that's basically like the route that it was trying to go, then we also can't forget the things that your mods also do as well. And that's just how it is.
Okay. I hear all that. Understood all of that.
If if we want to go down this route saying that, oh, Turtle's mods, the reason why his career or his standing in the community is bad, it shouldn't matter. Because again, these are the same people that said that they have moved away from six. But then people you have people like Violet coming back in. Because again, if someone says that they're out of something, if you say you'll stop trolling, that you're out of the out of the LTG troll space, right? You're completely out. Like you're not going back in, right? But again, as you know, some promises do break. But for someone that virtue signals how it's really childish and immature to be a part of that community, just to come back to it, just to tell people that oh, the information that you got from said person is like false. Does that make any sense? And that's between Hockey and Human Iron Man. He literally says, "Yo, Cuban, you were in VC earlier today, right? I might be tripping, but was Violet Shadows and Six's VC with you guys? This is on August 18th. When did the video come out? When did the video come out? When did
Mm.
you release that video?
I have to go see.
Let me see. Let's see. Take a gander. Right? So this came out August 17th, right? Let's see the comments.
Oh, it's been a month.
Yeah, it's been a month. Let's see the comments,
Shaking my head.
right? This comment was also 1 month ago. But the thing is that they said that they're not a part of the six drama, though, correct? So you said that that you don't even bother with this dude for 10 months now, and still being linked to scenarios is disappointing. It's not that you're being linked to the scenarios; it's that you actively put yourself in the scenario. If someone has been saying for countless times that they don't want to be a part of a community, it is you have free will. You have free will. I believe in this. You have free will. If you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. If you want to be out of the community, you went out of the community. Give Bella credit. She took off the videos that were pertaining to six. So she doesn't have the videos of her matches against six, right? Don't know. You know, she can do whatever. That's her channel. However, if you were also the same person that was virtue signaling a couple months ago, saying, "Oh, you're just as bad as the Glazer if you keep on watching Six Erican," rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I mean, if you tell someone, like for instance, Violet's whole shtick is that people who make content about Six are basically just as bad because they just make them more relevant. Do you again, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, it'll make them relevant, but it produces funny content for people to enjoy and for people to bond over. You could say it's a double-edged sword, necessary evil, necessary good, whatever. However, people that are pillars in the community you have actively like dissed. Even if you just said that, like you didn't have to name any names. If you say that, oh, people who make content of six are basically just as bad as him, you just called out a bunch of people that like OCD, Kid Panda, Chicken Warlord, Balrog Army, Fearless Gamer Girl, Able Limitations, a lot of people. Me, people that have had matches against six and have posted it. You make them look like they are feeding into that narrative. Because it is like I'm assuming there's people in LTD's community, and LTD's troll community, that say the same stuff. Do they? Do they say that, oh, the people who make the troll content are just making him more relevant?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
can
like
say
what
that.
every
Like, yeah,
long
you
held
can say that.
community.
Well, yeah, you can say that. Agree to disagree. When I started restreaming him, I did that shit to piss him off. There's a reason why like people like me, Six doesn't want to interact with. I get under his skin. I'm known for getting under his skin. Very good at it. And even when it came to interviewing Jasmine, the 17-year-old that Six Eric harassed, it didn't make Violet look any better when it came like because people came to me with like the shit that she was saying about it, but that whole Jasmine situation. Let me send it forth. Let me send it forth because there's just like a lot of fake. There's like a lot of fakeness, bro.
Okay.
I can find when so like for instance, right? People have screenshots of this. So when I was talking to a so again, can we all agree here that being a 17-year-old, right, is in fact not 18, basically meaning that they are not an adult. They really can't be doing should be doing anything like that with a person. It can basically be considered grooming in a sense, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the thing is that when I went live saying that Six Eric harassed the 17-year-old for pics, right? Sent me screenshots of Violet basically saying like, so if you didn't stop her and you let her continue, then like, what's the point of sitting here complaining about it if you both allowed it? That like, okay, sure.
That's an accusation that you're propping up right now.
The thing is, this is the stuff that people have brought up to me. People are saying that Violet was dead ass defending it, and I was sticking up for her in this scenario, saying that like, no, she's not defending her. She's just asking like these questions. But this is just for people to think about, you know? Because again, when I went live with this information of him harassing a 17-year-old, right? Violet should have been out of the community as she stated that she wanted to do, as she once wanted to do.
Okay. Okay. I hear that.
I'm not saying she's defending Six. If anything, I defended her from people saying that she was defending Six. But this only adds to how people perceived her. How
Now,
people perceived her.
do you have, I guess, evidence or I guess the screenshots of people saying that's what she said in those regards?
Yeah. So here's just like one, just one, because most of the shit's like fucking gone now. But
Turtle, I
here,
grew on
here
you, bro, because you never was a receipt person until you met me. But go ahead.
but here's people from like other. This isn't like my opinion. These are people. You can even if you watch like the live stream, these are people's thoughts in real time on what she's saying.
Yeah, I don't have that live stream. Can you send that to me?
I can send it to you.
Thank you.
Got you,
Thank you.
Famo.
Okay, so what you're saying is that, or I guess what other people are saying, Violet was defending Six Erican when Six Erican was making one of his pedophilic rants
Or no, he dead. There's dead ass screenshots of me basically outing him for harassing a 17-year-old for pics.
for the harassment.
That like Yeah, like dead ass harassing a 17-year-old for pics. Violet's whole take on it was like, okay, well, if you knew that she was doing it, why didn't you stop her? That's basically her whole take on it.
Okay,
If you knew that that was if you knew that that was happening, if you knew that that was happening, why didn't you stop her?
I'll have
You
to
know,
I'll have to watch this and listen to that for
you
myself.
know.
But understood. I
But
hear what
like,
you're saying.
but the thing is that I wouldn't say, I'm not saying I'm not saying it for myself that she was, but these are how other people in the community were perceiving her. Some people in the community were perceiving her, not all, but some. And people were starting to look at that. People were starting to look at how she was, how like certain people weren't messing with her. The reason why OCD left my second server was because he has feuds with Violet. I'm gonna keep it a stack. That's just it. I'm not gonna get into the feuds, but they've had feuds over stuff, and OCD couldn't be bothered. That's the reason why I left the Revolt server. OCD didn't leave my server due to like immaturity. He left it because of Violet. A lot of people didn't feel comfortable with Violet being in the server. Zay is a prime example of one of the people that weren't comfortable with Violet being in the server, and I got that a lot from other people. In VCs, I was like, I'll work on it, you know. But I'm working with what I have here, you know. I didn't want Violet in my server because, to be frank, she didn't really like the community. She wanted to be out of the community. So if you want to be out of the community, you don't have to really be as active in the community then. You if someone if you're talking so much about wanting to be out of a community, right? And you keep on talking about how like the people inside community are like immature, this, that, and the third, yet you still like take time out of your day and like, whether you want to be kind or not, why would you do that to yourself? Like like if you didn't want to do something you wanted to do, don't do it. That's your free will. You have the right to do that. You're a grown ass woman. But if you do something and then you start complaining about it, then why do it? And then when I bring back these screenshots, right? Because I also give you another um, stream where I tried to explain myself. Violet's people from Violet's server went in to my live to basically start shit talking me as I was trying to explain myself. You know, calling me names, this, that, and the third, just name calling, right? And the only reason how I know this is because Bird sent me some screenshots, and so did Roxas. Stop. Roxas also sent me screenshots. And this ties in to where I told Roxas, hey, yo, did because Violet said that she, reprimanded said people for what they did. And when we asked Roxas if that happened, because Zay's my witness, Zay said, no, not Zay. Roxas said, "Mm, no." And the thing is, it kind of took so basically, he was basically like confirming that Violet was lying. Basically, conversation was not too long ago, bro. This conversation was like at least a week ago. You know,
Mhm.
so and when I tried telling Roxas, like, bro, you like, how come you don't check Violet on this stuff? And Roxas is saying, like, well, what do I look like talking to a woman like that? It's just like Roxas. It's like it's just like a genuine, like it's like a human to human connection. It doesn't like it's not like connection, but it's like human to human. If I know you're acting out of whack, I'd tell you, bro, calm down, chill out. But you don't want to do that. You pick and choose who you want to who you want to correct. Like, I
That
don't know
is
if I'm putting
true.
words in I don't know if I'm putting
Yeah,
words in
that
your
is.
mouth, Jay. I don't know if I'm putting words in your mouth, Jay, but even with the whole Kid Panda and Violet situation, and Zay was a part of, Zay didn't. Roxas went on to say that he didn't correct Violet, but went on to correct Zay.
Yeah, he tried to check me, but he didn't check her. So basically, I was wrong. He said to me that both of us were wrong, but he didn't tell her she was wrong. He just told me that I was wrong, which I thought was crazy.
So it's like this is a difference. You can think somebody is wrong, but not tell somebody that somebody's wrong. There's a difference. Like I could say that, like I could think that you have like too much of something, but if I tell you have too much of something, it's a difference because now I'm verbalizing. I think this way to you. You're not telling any. You're not. You're just keeping that to yourself. So this is putting this notion in their head that okay, well, they were wrong. I'm right. Because if you're not corrected on it, you're just going to think that you were right. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Not at all. I completely agree.
So, and here's what I mean. So, let's run this back real quick. A whole year, bro, of this, of Roxas seeing all the BS that has been happening, and Roxas really literally says like, bro, I'm not really confrontational with it. He just lets it slide. He just lets it go under the radar, right? He just lets it go under the radar. And like in a loot server, like I'm a mod in a loot server. I'm telling him like, look, bro, don't be saying that here. You know, I don't want to say a nigga, so don't say nigga here. Not when I'm around. Not when I'm mod. I don't want to see you saying that shit.
Well, he said he's not black. He said he's mixed.
Oh yeah,
Those were his
Roxas.
words. Those were
Yeah.
his words.
So the thing is, like, we were telling like Roxas about like Rat King. I was like, Roxas, you're a black man. I remember telling him that. I was like, Roxas, you're a black man, and you allow him to say that around you? And he says that he's not black, he's mixed. So at that
Mm.
so at that point, from brother to brother, it's just like, all right, well, like there's not much I can do. There's not much I can do. He went on his
But
background, like
then
it's
when but then when someone called him out for saying the N word, he said he was black. So I'm confused. I don't, does that, maybe I'm missing something here? I mean, if you're mixed, you said I think he said his
he said
dad was black.
he said
No,
his
I
dad
think
was
he
black,
said
his mom was white.
and his mom was white. So you're mixed, right? Okay. So you're mixed with black. So you're still black. You're not fully, well, you're not just black. You're still black, just not only black.
Exactly.
So you want to defend him and say, or I'm sorry, you want to say, oh, I'm not black, I'm mixed. But then when you got called out for saying the N word, now you're claiming that you're black. I don't know. It was maybe Turtle, maybe me and you are just confusing. Maybe we're just
Yeah.
confused people because
No,
I don't think that
like
makes sense to
yeah,
me. I
maybe
don't think that makes sense.
maybe I'm just confused, bro.
Well, no,
Look,
son, clear that up for me because maybe you need to educate us because I don't think that makes sense. So explain to me, please. I would love to hear your opinion on that if you have one.
My opinion. Ooh. I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it neutral. I'm trying my best.
You see, Turtle. Told you. I said, son is going to be he's literally going to be the neutral person in this. And I really respect that. I really respect that he's not taking no one's side. He's literally just look. I'm not going to take y'all side. I'm not going to take their side. I'm just gonna do my interview and keep it going. I'm sorry. Go ahead, talk.
but it brings you back. But it brings you back to this point, right? I kind of got to the point where it's like a tit for tat thing, right? I'm
He
willing,
was about to
like,
answer the question. Oh.
oh, I'm also sorry.
No, I
Sorry.
was about to say Tsunami was trying to answer.
Go for it, bro. Go for it, bro. Go for it, bro. Go for it, bro. My fault.
Well, look, I can understand why there's the back and forth, and I don't think when it comes to your guys' side, I can understand why you're upset about the double standards, the hypocrisy. It seems that it originated somewhere, and I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna find that somewhere. Like I don't know where it first started from. Who threw the first stone? Because it's a back and forth. It's definitely a back and forth.
Yes.
And I think both sides is justified in how they feel about it. But where did it start?
I respect that.
Where does it stop? That's what I'm wondering.
Where does it stop? Oh, that is a good question.
The
Hmm.
thing is,
Oh,
where it stop like where it stops is just like, damn, bro, like just like except the things that you did, like Kage, he basically said it in your server, bro, in your server. That's why everybody hates you. That's why I nuked your server. That's why I nuked your server. He's admitting to it again, like it was gonna hurt my feelings. But it's just like, bro, you're bringing up that shit like as if it's supposed to hurt my feelings.
and
You
then he
guys
said
made
he'll
it,
do it again. Then he
and,
said
and
he'll
he'll
do it
still do
again
it.
if he had the
But then he'll
opportunity.
do it again if he had the opportunity. So I'm like,
But
damn,
prior to that, he was trying to get back in his server.
exactly.
Bruh,
He wanted to make
son, you
content with
know
me.
that's wild. Son, you know that's wild. Like you
He
can't
wanted to
even.
make content with me. He wanted to make content with me. He wanted to like go live with me. He invited me to a server and he was like, "Oh yeah, bro, we could like chat shit like we did in the old times." But you literally just said in your last video, even though I hate you, thank you. Why would I play or fuck with somebody that said that they actively hate me? Does that make sense? He literally said that. That's in your video.
You know, that's true. You guys have a weird relationship. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why you guys are in my server just talking to each other. Because prior to the video, you guys are just regularly talking, just talking. That was weird.
No, bro. I was having a good time. Like I was just like, bro, even recently, like I was just like, yo, I was like, I know that Zay and Kage were gonna be playing in Tekken, right? And I was just asking Kage, like,
You are messy. You are messy, Turtle. But go ahead.
like, I'm just like, damn, bro, like, I just want to know like how the fight went. I'm like, Kage didn't want to answer. I'm like, all right, I'll find out for myself. And that's why I was like, damn, Unk, you got booty busted. And now it's a big deal because I said that. I'm just like, dog, it's not that big of a deal. Like
Wait,
I'm
wait,
not.
hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I just thought about something. Um, son, you said, well, you're being neutral. I respect that. Now, Turtle, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Violet say that Sun agreed with everything she said?
Oh yeah,
Basically
son. So
taking her side. So I
yeah,
need you to clear that up, son. If you were taking her side, that's low-key not fair if you're being neutral here, but you took her side on everything she said. I just want to make sure we're clear. That's literally came from her mouth.
Right.
So did you say you agreed with everything she said? Or in that interview?
So for the public and to clarify for everybody, I replayed all the interviews before I came to here.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
heard everything I said. When being neutral, and when you guys were explaining your situations to me, I'm trying to look at it from a general sense and apply that to just life in general. So when you ask me the questions and you're like, oh, does that make sense? If this is that, that is this. I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe this makes sense. Or maybe, yeah, maybe it does make sense. But I'm not agreeing with the person in said situation. Like, I'm not saying that you're correct
the
about
thing
what you're
is,
doing. No, hold on, Turtle. I'm not saying that you're correct about what you're doing or how you're going about it. But you bring the situation to me naked as it is in this vacuum. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you because, in general, if someone did this to me and I'm like this, yeah, that's fucked up, 100%. So the way she was explaining things to me, yeah, I would generally agree with everything that she was saying. And the same thing that you guys are doing with everything that you're explaining to me, I put myself in those scenarios. Yeah, I can understand it, and I think that is fucked up. So I'm agreeing with both of you guys in what you guys are saying, but in terms of who is correct and who is not correct, I'm not taking a side on that. I'm not choosing between that.
okay, and that's all
I
we need to
respect
know
that.
because you want to
That's all we need to know. Yeah.
because you want to know how she was labeling you. She was labeling you as if like no, you think that she's the right person and that you see and that she said her words. You see me as nothing but a man child. Those are her words, not mine.
Yeah,
So
so I don't know about the
think about
man
it.
child thing. That was kind of wild. I'll have to
Think about it.
see if I said
Think
that.
about it.
I didn't say that.
Think about it. So think about it like this. If I'm putting if does it really seem like I have that I can like pull weight if I need to have people like validate or add weight to my claims? Like I don't need that. Like, and the thing is that like I was just like using this shit against her in the call because I was just like, all right, well, if you're gonna say that, well, I'm gonna be like, well, son, agree with me on this thing. I didn't really mean it because it was supposed to show the hypocrisy. It was supposed to show the stupidity of it. I don't need somebody to basically validate everything that I say. I don't need that. I don't need someone to say, "Oh, all these other people agree with me." No, speak for yourself. You speak like your words mean something. Like your words mean something. Just your word, not nobody else's. I don't need to say, "Oh yeah, Zay and I agree." No, you think or you agree with this or you disagree with this. You don't need to include everybody else because that means that you don't. That means because it seems to me that you just don't think that your opinion holds that much weight.
You don't
That's
have a
what it
mind
seems
of
like
your
to
own,
me.
basically. You don't have a mind of your
Exactly.
own. Okay,
And
I see what
you need people to validate what is said about you or no, not what's said about you or what you say. Don't need that. Don't need that. Like,
and I believe that's in the audio, correct?
yeah,
When she said
it's
about
in the
son.
audio.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's
Yeah,
in the
that's in the
audio.
audio. You'll hear it, son.
Okay.
Everything we're
But
saying to you, it's proven. It's proven in these screenshots and it's proven in the audio. We have nothing to lie about. Being completely honest, at least I
Understood.
don't have nothing to lie about. So, and I'm sure Zerg has nothing to lie
it's like put it like this, right? When so Kage is mad that I didn't fulfill the end of a bargain end of a bargain. That was a bunch of stuff that accumulated that he didn't hit me up about. He just went and just let it bottle up. Didn't hit me up about it. He has my DMs open. He's a grown man, right? When as you see in from my shell server, if if you look at the older screenshots, there's also older screenshots that show that when they were 'cause in the tomfoolery live, that's when Violet's people were going into my live talking shit to me, and they were actively doing that shit, and there's screenshots coming from Violet's server, right? Right? Okay, yeah, it's in general, it's out in the open. Okay, cool, cool. But like, like if I have somebody like when Violet tells people in my story to act their age, and there's people that are like, freaking lawyers and shit. Literally, like in her server, there's a literal lawyer in her server, dog. A little lawyer in her server.
Ouch.
Shout out to Two's attorney. Big ups. If you're like,
about.
if you have people in like in your server doing shit like that, and you're telling people in my street to act their age, what does that have to say for you? You have a 32 something year old woman doing the same, doing the same shit. It's just that I'm a couple of years older and I'm an adult. Okay, cool, whatever. However, However, don't get upset when people do some bullshit to you and say that you need to control how your mods work. You need to control how your mods work. Well, buddy, control how your mods work. You don't freaking put a you don't put a leash on Rat King when Rat King was literally in Lude's thing talking shit about me because again, Rat King's his own person. You can't control what people do. So don't expect me to control what my mods do. Not how it works. It's really not how it works. Just how you defend your people, I'm gonna defend mine. And it seems like they get offended when I do that. Why?
Well, as I said, I don't need nobody to defend me. I can defend myself. Just make sure I'm there to defend myself. Because
Oh,
like I said, I'm my own person, and I will
oh,
always own up to what I do. You know.
mhm, same.
So, but my thing
But
is just don't lie on my name, right? If you accuse me of something and I'm asking you for the receipts and you refuse to give them to me, it's safe to say you're probably lying, right? Or am
getting
I
your
just
butt,
making shit
son.
up? Yeah.
Start getting
Sun
your butt,
Tsunami,
son.
Sun Tsunami, being completely honest. If I accuse you of something, you ask for receipts, I refuse to give them to you. It's safe to say I'm probably lying or making it up, right?
They're being
In
fugazi.
this space, yeah, I would say
No,
It's like
so.
the
okay.
art. It's like the art of being fugazi.
Yeah. So
Literally.
In the internet
okay.
space,
So
you have to prove it, or else you're just kind of talking.
Exactly.
exactly.
So you exactly. You're just answering the question. I'm not saying you're taking our side. You're just saying how it is. Yes. Don't accuse somebody of something. Then when they ask for receipts, it's crickets. Because I'm gonna think you're lying. That's all. Respectfully, you know.
Because I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like
Mm.
I have I could be like I come to the point where like okay I'm okay with being like the bad guy in the story if that makes sense.
I
I
literally
don't
said the
care.
same thing. Yeah, I'm
Like
okay
it's
with
like
being the
it's
bad
like
guy.
it's like it's like it's like at this point, if you guys want to put in this headcanon that I'm this big bad chases off of six, even though I haven't trolled that man in months. Like I mean
Turtle,
months.
you've been
Like I
doing your
haven't.
own thing. Turtle, you've
Like
been
I
doing your
just
own thing. Working, being in my server. Like we literally be playing Tekken, Battlefield. We do our own thing. We're not focused on that. Well, at least I don't see you focused on that.
exactly. I'm
I think
just
that's
not. Like I'm just not. But the thing is that because I run a server where people come to watch a Six Eric and restream, it's like, oh, he's still a part of it, or oh, he's still a cloud chaser. I haven't uploaded any content relating to Six in like a good amount of months, bro. I haven't played that man in a good amount of months, bro. Mm.
okay. So, well, no, I guess I can talk to you about that off this
Yeah,
because that's. I had a question about your server, so that's something.
yeah.
So, all right, Sun Tsunami,
But
back to you. I don't know if you had. Oh, I'm sorry, Tori. You was gonna say something.
no, yeah, I was gonna say something.
Okay.
If people are saying that I'm a cloud chaser still, bro, I don't really know what you want me to do. I guess if you still hate me, you still hate me after this, I don't really know. Just start digging in your butt, twin. Like literally, just start excavating. Just
I
start
cannot
excavating.
believe some people thought you really meant start. Yo,
Like
yo, Sun
no,
Tsunami, bro,
Yo,
bro.
son, I would keep it a stack with you. I want you to put this in the video. I want you to put this in the video. Like,
Wait, can I
if you
ask
still
him? Can I give him an example of
care,
this? And I want to see if he'll answer it right. Okay, son, if you asked to get in Turtle server, right? And his exact words are "start digging in your butt." What do you think he means by that?
Shit out of luck.
Fuck you, right?
thank you.
No,
Hey,
Yeah.
thank
yeah,
you. No,
basically,
he really just
yeah.
said shit out
Fuck
of luck. He
you.
just said shit out. He
See,
just said
you
shit
see
out
how
of
Sun
luck.
Tsunami? You see how Sun Tsunami's smart? He literally said, "You're out of luck. Fuck you. Fuck off." That's literally what it means.
Right?
But people literally thought Turtle wanted you to dig in your butt, which I think is crazy.
Mission unclear. Actually started digging in my butt. Actually, hold up. Actually hold up. I still have more. So here's the thing.
I think it's in the
I'm a
audio too. I
yeah
think that's
too
in the
yeah.
audio too. Oh, look at that. See, son, you're gonna get all the fucking receipts today.
And I'm
Sorry,
a
go
and I'm a and I'm
ahead.
a okay. And I'm gonna address this right.
Sure.
So and I'm gonna address these people right now. Rat
Sure.
King, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. You're you still have yet to reach to me in DMs and talk to me. And that's okay if you don't want to talk to me. I understand. And take some time. It's okay. When you feel like you're ready, you can hit me up whenever. My DMs are open, right? Or if you still hate me, it's whatever, right? Violet, just take accountability to say that you just messed up. And if you don't want to take accountability for what your community, what the people in your community has done, don't expect me to take accountability for the things that people in my community have done. The result, it's tit for tat. It doesn't work like that. Not in this world, at least. In your world, maybe, but not in the real world.
Shady. Shady.
Balls man, balls man.
Oh Lord.
Look, bro. mm, Keep it a stack with you. mm, I hope you understand that being chill with me does not equate to picking a side. And I need you to know that there's a difference. There's a difference between being chill with somebody for the sake of peace and picking a side. The fact that you felt like you were gonna lose friends just for trying to make peace with me is crazy in itself. And I'm sorry that you went through the anxiety of having to pick that situation, of having to go through that situation.
And
What I
using it for
don't condone,
clout.
exactly. What I won't condone is you saying that shit, using me for those said things, right? Right? And using me for clout, right? And then going behind my back and saying that I was a clout chaser, you know? Not recognizing that the things that you were calling my mods out for was the same things that the people in your server were doing when you guys were talking and falsifying all that shit about me. unblocking and unbanning all those people and letting them run loose in my server. I forgave you for that, right? Right? But it only took people to actually come up to you in DMs and tell you to stop for you to actually realize that what you were doing was wrong. And only then do we have to resquash the beef. When you when I saw that you were going through that rough time, I was there in your corner, not because I pitied you, but because I can understand from a human to human level that this is just the internet and we're all human at the end of the day. You're your own person. You got school just like me. We're in different time zones. You got school just like me. You know? There's just certain things that I probably can't forgive you for, especially like after telling me after going through all that stuff, then going on to bully hockey for it, thinking that was okay. I think that was really fugazi. I think that was really, really poor voice on your end. And I expect you to do better moving forward if you can. Two shots. No, you're not here as much. No, you left due to your own reasons. Know why? Hey, bro, tough luck. Better luck next time. Just keep doing you. Like, DMs are open for an apology from you, bro. It's pretty much all it is. Okay? And definitely towards you, Kage, on 30. If the fact no, 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 hold on. The fact that you think that you've done nothing wrong and you think that there are two sides to the story, it's crazy to me. You
Oh, son.
you have proven even with the screenshots provided with you saying that you had your spat with Violet and all the shit talk you were talking about Violet shows how two-faced and one-sided you were. As soon as you found an
There
opening
was
to get Violet's as soon as you found an opening to get into Violet's good graces, you went running like you went right to her like white on rice. Straight to her like white on rice. And that's okay. But don't expect me to just forget that you literally were in the same shoes as me. And I remember telling you that you were a means to an end. And guess what? When you had that one spat with Violet, everyone threw you to the wayside. It was like you just got cast away. You got ostracized. That's how you said you were going to ostracize me in those screenshots. Remember?
damn. Karma is a bitch.
And the fact
Mm,
that
mm-mm.
you claim that like there's no forgiveness after what I said with with you and Bunny. There was really no forgiveness when you really had to ostracize me and you knew what they did was wrong. And you just sat because you would rather have them over the truth, over knowing what they did was wrong. And that's okay. I know where your priorities are at. It's okay. In the screenshots, I know that you're fugazi. I know that you're two-faced. Seen it. The shit you talk with Violet, I can only imagine the shit you talk with your friends, bro. The people you call friends. Because if I saw that and you were my friend, I'd be second guessing. Damn, is he talking shit like that about me? If I said I had this much respect for someone and I went around talking shit like that, do they really respect me? I don't know. The reason why I did what I did was because you, yes, you consistently shown me you are an opportunist. And that's okay. Opportunists got to do what they got to do to survive. But just know that I see you for who you are. Moogle, Moogle Fantasy. Yes, you, the Moogle Fantasy. You were not being neutral. I'm just going to put that straight out. You were not being neutral. It was a good idea to have me put out live because you want to know what it showed? It showed how you wanted to keep this stuff under wraps when you knew that nothing could have had been done under wraps and no accountability could have been taken. Then you go behind back because again, you talk about how I make my mod chat a hug box, yet you were making a laugh about me and oh, whatever 6 went live when correct me if I'm wrong, like half of you guys who claim to be around 6, who claim to not dislike 6 are still orbiting him or are orbiting a lewd because you guys see them as entertainment, and that's okay. You guys see them as entertainment, and that's okay. The reason why I didn't feel like I needed to confront you guys on is because you guys know what you did. I'm not gonna ruin the integrity of my server because you guys want to try to make amends because that window was too late. Boat's been sailed. There's been too many things that you guys have done. When I mean you guys, I mean a lot of you guys done that have just been to the wayside. That I just put on the wayside and just understood that like really no redemption here. Jill, Jill Hollow. I need you to understand that you're not a knight and you're not protecting everybody as much as you may think you are. Actually, I'm gonna put Jill and Jesse the Pimp in the same thing because you guys kind of like are consistent with this. It's okay to defend your friends, but don't get upset when people, defend themselves against you when their friends defend themselves against you. When you step on toes and when you talk shit to people, expect the shit talk to be reciprocated. You guys, like, you guys are great. You guys are great. You guys are great. You guys are doing your own thing. Hope you guys are doing your own thing. Like as much as you guys may like, try to make kind of like what little appearance you guys saw of me, but more so Jill, if any, whatever appearance you guys may have tried to, doctor up or try to do for me or anything like that, like just know that like people, it's not just me who saw this. Other people have seen this, and I don't have anything to hide. I want to ask you guys this question. Do you guys really think that I actually intentionally invited Amelia into my server? Even after all of this shit was disproven? Do you guys really think that? I really want you to like sit back and think about that. Because even if you say that, oh, from Violet's perspective, oh no, I was just trying to tell people that I just won't be in the server anymore. And here's the reason how, the Glazers got into the server, but you use a screenshot that came from Amelia's time and not mine. So that just shows me that you got a screenshot from Amelia and not from my side.
So
Interesting.
let me actually interject. 'Cause I did talk to them about that, and one person believes you did, but the main people that you're worried about, Violet and such, they don't think that you did.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Just
Great.
I, I feel
Well,
like I should clarify
well,
that. Okay, if you're speaking, I can't really hear you. I'm sorry.
oh no, I was saying to the one person who thinks that I did, start digging in your butt. That's all I'm gonna say. Moving forward, as I told people in Kage's server, my DMs are open. If you guys have a problem with me, say it to my face. You guys got a problem with me? Say it to my face. You guys have a problem with my mods? Damn, bro. Talk to the mods. They don't want to talk to you? Oh well. Because that's the same response you guys give me and you've given others. That's just what it is. I'm gonna keep doing me. I'm gonna keep doing me. I'm gonna keep saying black and positive and happy, bro. Like as much as you guys may think that I'm on this like app a lot, I got a job, I'm at school, on a good ass scholarship too, making sure that I maintain that shit because I know that as much as it is entertaining for me to troll six, my priorities in things like school, work, family, my friendships,
Raven
internships,
Jones.
all of that. There we go. And I want you guys to take a look in the mirror, right? And I want you to think. I want you guys to think about this when you look in the mirror. What am I doing? What am I doing in my life? And is there anything else I need to do in my life? Do I need to get a job? For some people they do have jobs and they need another hobby. You just get another hobby. Look, I play sports too. I play rugby. I travel. I get to see cool places, man. Like, if anything, I want to thank you. I want to thank you guys because if it wasn't for you guys doing what you guys did, it would have made me the person I am now. Stronger, feel great. Like you guys, it's like when you guys were around. I had this pervasive darkness on me, but now that I'm around people that I know that are genuinely there for me and like feel great. I've never been happier. You know, I don't got it. Like I don't stream. I told people from the jump. I'm not a I don't plan on becoming like this next big streamer or becoming a streamer. I did what I had to do and I dipped. And I'll come back when I feel like it. You know? You guys saying that like I was a last year's troll, okay, whatever. But at least I know that like I did some damage. At least I know that I outed him on some things. And I got, you know, some info, not info, but outed him for some of the bad things that he's done with the whole Jasmine incident. I've gone live. Made him end his stream doing that. Cut off his entire stream, paused his stream doing that. When it came to a loot, you guys were there, but you guys were the same people to say that I was a cloud chaser. So take a good look in the mirror and really think to yourself, can I do better? 'Cause I know I can. I think about that every day. I self reflect every day. And I want you guys to really look at deep in the mirror and just reflect. This will life to your fullest. Just stay blessed. Stay blessed. I wish no ill will. Wish people's families, you know, are in good health. I don't wish anything bad on you people. Just wish that you guys stay blessed. Just want you guys to stay blessed. I see you guys for who you are. That's how it is.
Understood. Thank you
Are
for that.
you done, Turtle? You done,
Yeah, I'm
Turtle?
done. I'm
I
done.
just I
I'm done.
didn't want to. I wanted. Okay.
I'm done.
I'm sure you're probably gonna ask me for my final thoughts.
Well, I didn't even ask
Uh,
about the final thoughts yet.
I'm sorry. It
Turtle.
seemed like he was
Yeah,
just
no, it
giving
did.
our final thoughts.
No, of
I'm
course.
sorry.
I'm not even gonna lie, it did because Turtle just he went into the final thoughts.
It looked like we was just giving our final thoughts. I'm so sorry.
Shots
Go
at
ahead. I'm
everybody.
sorry.
I was like, oh damn, okay. Oh, interrupted.
I'm sorry,
I just let it
Thunder.
ride,
Yeah,
you know.
right. Exactly. I said, "Oh, final thoughts." Okay, finally. I was waiting for this part, but okay. Sorry, son. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. But I do appreciate you, Turtle. Truly. Now, before I get into the next part, I did look over all the material with Violet because we have DMs as well as the interview. Only thing I can see, Manchild never said that. No. But the only thing I can
As long as you put that in the video, as long as you put that you never said that in the video, that's all I need, bro.
no, I'm gonna have
Thank
to
you.
because
That's fine.
my character is called into question. But when it came to the video, the only thing that I can assume that is saying that anything about this is because I said that this should have never reached my ears. When you first mentioned this whole situation to me, I felt, and honestly, I still kind of feel like I should have never known about any of this.
Hmm.
But now I do, and Now we're here.
One hand washes the other, son. One hand washes the other. Like I have mad respect for you. You're like an LTG troll. I have mad respect for you. I don't really. I'm happy that I'm in your community. I'm happy that I'm in your community. I
Yeah,
made friends in your community. As much as I may
yeah.
like troll Napalm, like I like to troll Napalm by saying he's an actual demon because I think he is.
So
Like
you're not trolling.
I just like
Yeah,
okay. So you're not
I,
denying he's a demon. Okay, thank you.
oh, okay.
I mean, he might. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
let me
glad.
see.
I'm glad I'm in there too. You see, son, I'm pretty quiet in there, but I do peep shit, and I just be like, oh, okay. But I made one good friend out of your community. So,
I know. I know about
you
you
know.
and TJ. Yeah.
Oh, so he spoke about me.
TJ's my
Oh,
royal advisor. Yeah.
Okay,
TJ's a
okay. What
G,
did he
bro.
say?
TJ's an actual
What did he
G.
say? I'm curious. What did he say? If you don't mind me asking.
That you're both good vibes. And he enjoys
Okay.
the time that you guys have spent together. I don't know. Did you
Okay.
play Tekken with him as well? I know Turtle did.
I played Tekken.
Me?
I played Tekken with
I
him.
just don't know.
But
Okay.
no, but did you, Teddy?
Zay?
Huh?
Did you play Tekken with him? I don't know if you guys played Tekken recently.
I don't know if you were talking about me or Turtle. Or
No, no, no.
Yeah.
I
He's
know.
asking if
I
you
know
played
Turtle
Tekken
did.
with him.
Yeah, I don't wonder if you did.
no, I never played Tekken with him yet.
Okay. No, but he likes you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. He's good people. He talks a lot of stuff, but yeah, he's good.
He's great
And
people.
I talk shit
The
right
next
back.
time y'all do a Tekken tourney, I need Zay in there ASAP.
Son Tsunami actually confirmed he will run me a fade IRL if he doesn't tell me about it. So,
Exactly.
right, son?
That's
We
facts.
have that. Okay, cool. And we have the receipts just in case and he said it just now in the interview, just in case he tried to say, oh, I didn't say that. So, yeah. I'm sorry, son. Go ahead, because I want to, say my little part.
Of course, of course. So yes, so that's the only thing that I can assume that she is assuming that said that was said. I guess positively toward her enough where she would assume that I'm calling you a man. I don't know. That we'll have to talk to her about because that's kind of a stretch. But that's the only thing I can
Yeah.
assume.
But I just want to let you know, like when you hear the call, like I'm just going tit for tat. I did not really mean, I didn't mean what I said, like where Sun thinks that you're this, or my DMs with Sun, because I didn't really do anything like that with you. But I was just saying that because I was just getting sick of that shit. So I just want to let you know off rip, because I know what I said, and I know why I said what I said.
Okay. Okay. Understood. Understood on that. So when it came to my second to last question, the way I'm seeing everything, do you guys think, and I mean everyone involved, I'll ask them the same question. My video can be used as the final nail in the coffin on this issue, where bygones can be bygones, and the people that want to troll six control him, and the people that don't. But you guys can respectfully be side by side because I know that your side was antagonized. I also know that your side did antagonize him. There's questions on who did it first, but can this video be a way to resolve things? I don't think it's going to be fully resolved, but I believe if the agreement was had, it would be easier in the future to just go after the person that's trying to start shit versus involving everybody.
So my answer to this is there were attempts to do this in private, and because, like I said, with Violet saying that she didn't have a need to say what she did wrong because she doesn't want to admit that she did any wrong. To her saying that and she literally said, "Oh, name three things. I can't name three things that I did wrong," and Turtles is only going to name three loose things he did wrong. So it just proves to me that you don't want to admit that you did any wrong in the first place. That's what it seems like to me. That's how I'm interpreting that. Because how can you say because how can you say that? Does that make sense? Like how can you like justify what was said? Well, I'm actually let me screenshot this real quick. I'll screenshot this real quick.
Well, while you do, I'll wait for Turtle to answer and then I'll just answer it.
I tried doing this in private, and that didn't go too well because there was no accountability taken. And Now the court of public opinion. I just think it's the court of public opinion because I feel as though if you don't want to admit it in private, then I'll just let the court of public opinion do it, bruh. Because it just seems like you're just like not trying to. It seems like you're not understanding. It seems like because again, I'm not gonna like. I don't need to insult people to get my point across. When you listen to
Mm.
the thing, we listen to the thing. Violet to insult me in order to get her point across because
Mm.
I guess insulting people makes them listen more. I don't know, but it's just funny to me seeing how like a person that is supposed to be that claims on they're mature for their age needs to insult somebody in order to get their point across. That just doesn't seem mature to me, and I'll stand on that. 30, I'll stand on that.
Mm.
So let me
So, oh, brother, thought you were done.
so if we're like I think it's gonna be the nail in the coffin because again, court of public opinion. Court of public opinion is gonna do it. It's gonna do its justice. People are gonna feel how they feel about it. That's just how it is. It's just again at the end of the day, it's niche. It's niche micro internet shit. So it's only people within a niche community that are gonna like understand what's happening, or we're around to understand what's happening. And I'm okay with that. But the thing is that it's just documented that well, people did certain things, and like if you own up to it, like, I can own up to it. I can own up to it because I've owned up to it plenty of times before, but people just haven't done it in the past. I don't think I need to do any more owning it. So then,
Fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay, I hear that. Oh, and these are the DMs.
and like notice like so this was an attempt for it to be made. Other attempts were done in DMs. There's no attempts to be made. If there is an attempt, like again, there's no, and she immediately leaves the group. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to hear it. She doesn't think she needs to hear it. That's another thing too. So like, I also wanted to talk about this too. So looking at how like she talks to people, like because you're only seeing the like her just like talking to me, but like how she talks to people, that's how people got rubbed the wrong way from her. And the reason why I said the way Kudro said it to her, she got upset the way Kudro did it to her, is because she got the energy that she gave out. And she got upset that she got the energy she gave out. Because she's just used to people just being submissive about that shit. Or just taking it on the chin. Some people aren't. That's how it is. Like Violet, like for instance, Violet didn't have to leave your server when autism was in there. She didn't have to. Like no one's gonna prevent me from leaving someone's server. I just simply block them. I don't have to deal with it. You know? The thing is that it's trying to pull at strings to make it seem as if like, oh, it was inciting shit. Really wasn't. Again, when you have people, accusing, because again, you know what Rat like I have the screenshots. I think I've sent them to you with what Rat King accused me of in Dez's server, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you do. I'll go back and check and
But
see.
again, no, but again, yeah, like it's between me and you. But I even said like, "Whoa, bro! Like, look what they're doing! Like what's being said." But the thing is, there's no like any type of wait, is it? Because I think that was when your other account got. That was when your other account got like cooked.
Facts.
Maybe
Yeah, it might be the first account.
maybe the first account. So I'd have to get. Ah, I'll see if I can find it, and if if I can't, like, yeah,
I mean, you
but
should
like,
probably still have those DMs with that person.
yeah, no, it wasn't in DMs. It was in a server. He tried to accuse me of doing that in a
No, no,
server.
no, 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 no. Sent to me. The ones that you sent to me.
Okay.
It should be. I mean, I don't. The account still exists, so you should.
Oh, it still exists. Okay, so hold
Yeah.
on. Say less. Let me see.
Let me see. The name is like. Oh, now it's JNS.
Yeah, now it's JNS. So look, hold on. Let me. right here. That's one. That's one thing of screenshots. Moment.
No. Oh wait, is that it? Oh, nice. That's everything.
But I said like, but people have been saying he is rage baiting. People like Ballsman and others call me Kyoto Cloud Chasers, yet are in and are not a fan of six. Yeah, are like you see what I mean? Like I'm getting called a Cloud Chaser, but there's like screenshots of them just basically like talking shit about me. Oh, here it is. So So basically, I said like I got more BS of Rat King, dude, like from Deza server, the server that Roxas banned me from, because he got banned from my server. It was more so retaliatory, if anything, when he banned me. But but there are screenshots from him accusing me of that, and this is what I mean by Roxas doesn't correct people. He doesn't correct people on this shit because you're telling me that like if this was from anyone else, you'd be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Because I know that I didn't do that shit, and I have screenshots of the people that were posing as said as such. Literally, they're also in that screenshot too. And that's NMB, one of the like a successor control, basically trying to get me to be in on the bit that the account that Amelia is pretending to be is my girlfriend. Not doing that. As soon as I saw that, I immediately like told somebody because I don't want a narrative being spun and some fugazi shit happens. Because I don't roll that way, bro. I don't do this online shit. I talk to people IRL. So
That's fair.
just what it is. But again, this is what I mean. When shit like this happens, this flies under the radar. But because, but again, if we use the logic that I can't control what people do, then I can't control what my people do. The only way I can put it. That's the only way I can put it. We can't have it can't be a one-way street. This has to be a two-way street. That you have no authority over me. You do not pay my bills. I'm not in a relationship with you. Just how it is. Right? And like I'm not afraid to say anything. That's why I told you to put that in the thing. Let people know if you got a problem with me, go into my DM. You don't got a problem with me directly, go into their DMs. Again, everyone's their own person. Just Rat King is his own person, so therefore I should assume that everyone else is their own person. Hold on. Then there's other cases where Violet has basically said that, again, this is just coming from her. Don't know what she means by that, but she says like, "Oh, I have people in Turtle server this, that, and the third, especially his mods on back roll." So I'm like, okay, that's the case then. All right. Oh well, I got nothing to hide. You know,
Mhm.
I got nothing to hide. I really have nothing to hide, bro. Like, I'm just saying it how it is.
So, because you made these previous attempts to have peace and everything like that, because they failed, what you're telling me is that there's no way of this being settled.
Just a court of public opinion. That's basically what I'm saying. Court of public opinion, man. If you can't, if you don't want to, if you don't want to settle it amicably like that, oh, that's okay. We can just take it to the court of public opinion. Let's see what the court of public opinion thinks. And those are my thoughts.
Okay. So then let me question you on that about that. So what you're saying is, let's say they choose your side and they choose to cancel Violet and everyone associated with her. Is that the course of action that you want?
Yeah, it's just like if it means she takes accountability, I don't think she's gonna get canceled for it. Because again, this is people that are in 6 area control community. So, but she's not a part of that community, so it shouldn't affect her. However, I just think she should take accountability for what she's done. That's all. If she gets canceled from a community that she says she doesn't want to be a part of, is she really like getting canceled, or is she just like voluntarily leaving?
No, it's getting canceled if canceling is the action.
I don't think she will. I just think she'll just see that like other people just aren't like agreeing with her. Similar to how some people don't agree with me. Even in some of your comments, people say like, "Dude, this is just like troll drama. We shouldn't be getting too close to the poo, or we shouldn't be getting too close to the poo." In that case, I don't know what it means,
No, I saw that comment. I know what you're talking about. But what I'm saying is,
but
what was I saying?
wait, hold up. I also got some things of some. Oh, yep. Here's some more screenshots of just like again with balls man, just like again talking shit on my name. Typical shit right there.
Right. But okay, so let's say
Uh,
I remember my question. So let's say it's the opposite then. Let's say you're the one that gets canceled. How would you feel?
be like, damn, that's just how it is.
I don't know. So you really want it to be the court of public opinion. You want them to choose a side of this in this scenario to see who was right and who was wrong. Because no, does that do you think that would be the best solution for either party for anybody in this private matter? Because it seemed to me from start to finish, this is a matter that should have stayed a little bit private.
I tried to keep it private, but then like when when the shit talk gets to that degree, I'm just like, bro, I can't, bro, I can't. It's like if you do get canceled, you get canceled. It's like what you do after. If that makes sense. Like, but like if I get canceled because I did X, Y, and Z, then I got canceled for X, Y, and Z. It's an opinion. That's what I'm saying. It's court of public opinion and how the public feels about it. The public's opinion.
Okay, I
Like
understand. I do. Okay, so
I've tried.
I hear
And
you.
this is like, and I even told Roxas this, bro. They keep on talking shit. I'm gonna go public about this shit. I'm gonna stop talking shit, or I'm just gonna like just start doing shit. Roxas, whether he did or he didn't, he either told him to stop, or they just don't care about his opinion, or they don't care, or they don't respect him enough. Then yeah,
Okay, okay. Well, to wrap it up, wrap everything up, I want to ask you guys, what are your final thoughts for the community and for the audience? And Turtle, I do believe you gave us that piece. Do you have any final things you want to say to the community?
um, WOCD gamer, W chicken warlord, W kid panda, W fearless gamer girl, W ape out limitations. Shout out to all the people that go into Six's live stream and just touch his cognitive, just pierce his cognitive on the daily. You know, the people that have made like a such a terrible lolcow like Six, and have made friends, and have made like relationships, and have made friendships through just like trolling, or just like watching this guy like implode on himself, explode, or just like crash out. Big ups to you guys. Big ups to the people that troll him. Big ups to the people that are like that are based that beat him in something. Or big ups to the people that just like verbally like beat him down. like just big ups to people that just cause him distress. Like it's just like that's just kind of just how I feel. I think he's a shit person. Yeah, like I think that like not a not like an avid troll. Like I don't troll, but like he knows that like when I'm around, he knows not to fuck with me. And I think that's like a general consensus on how people six how people should see each other on when it comes to trolling six. Like people should know like oh shit, it's that guy. He's known for this. He's known for that. Be that like people have made friendships. Like if it wasn't for six, I wouldn't have made the friendships that I made now. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Because of six, I wouldn't be using Discord like that, bro. I wouldn't even know who like LTG was. I probably would have been like a person that found out about LTG through Nightmare on Section 8. I'm not even gonna hold. But it's through these avenues which I like see and interact with these new people from all different parts of the globe. These people got me into Tekken. I was specifically just a Call of Duty player. And I got into Tekken. And I had like, support people from like, that like play Tekken, like, teaching Tekken. And I managed to end up like beating six in Tekken 2 times. And it's through the people in Six's troll community that helped me, you know? That's why like I it cool when like I come to a comment, I'd be like, yo, bro, your person was inspirational. And they like kind of see me as a slut. I'm like, dude, I'm just a random troll. I'm just a troll just like you. It's nothing crazy. I love the community. I love the community. Like I just really hope that like, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like let's say like six does get like banned or something like that or gets arrested. I'll be happy to like, just fading into obscurity. Like I know I already am, but like I know I'm not like I don't want to be a person on the internet or just be known for being an internet like sensation. I do that. Like I think I've had enough time in the limelight and I just want to be an inspiration to like the newer generation of trolls that come through, you know. Like, really proud of the community and where they've gotten to. Trolls like American Skull, aka Calculator. He's a beast. And I'm happy that people have made their own communities off of just trolling it. It's just like looking at the good sides of things. I guess I'm too much of an optimist, but like seeing the good in things. And through trolling six, that's a good thing that I've seen throughout this community.
That's real.
That's it.
Thank you for sharing that with us. And now, Teddy, please, can you share with us your final thoughts for the community as well as the audience?
Well, it won't be as long as Turtles, I promise. um, honestly, I just want this to be dead. Like I want this to be over and done with. Like I really just want us to, if we're not gonna, if both parties or everybody, whatever the case may be, if we're not gonna all take accountability, we're not gonna, apologize. Whatever y'all are not willing to do, we just let it go and move on with your life. Like life is too good to be, well, at least over here. I don't know how y'all lives are, but life is too good to be doing all this bashing. No, like as I said before, when we're miles away, like you know what I'm saying? Like if I got an issue with Sun Tzu, I don't know where the hell he is. I can't beat him up because I don't know where he is. You know what I'm saying? So, and if he had an issue with me, he don't know where I am. He can't beat my ass. Like we're miles away from, or well, actually, I don't know. He could be in the same state as me, but I'm saying like odds are we're all miles away from each other. So I it's just sad how all the shit talking has been going on from both ends, not just their end. Um, Unfortunately, it's gotten blown way out of proportion. I'm sorry, Sun Tsunami, you had to get involved, or I don't know who brought you involved. Who brought you into this anyway, Turtle?
Okay.
Who's
Oh,
Turtle?
okay. Well, Turtle. Yeah. So you know, I wish you guys all the best. I don't wish ill. There's no hate in my heart. There's no dislike in my heart when it comes to a person. Now I can't say now when it comes to something you do, that's different. But I don't have any dislike towards people. Um, but there is a difference between disliking someone and then versus something they do. Um, so yeah, I want to give a shout out to Kid Panda for allowing me to share the screenshots that he sent. The conversations we had. I made sure to reach out to him to make sure he was okay with it first. Um, Sun Tsunami, thank you for your time. It was great getting to know you. Turtle, I'm very proud of you for, getting a backbone. I'm proud of you for, sticking up for me when I'm getting bashed and I'm not there because I've seen you do that before and I do the same for you. But you end up seeing it anyway. Uh, so that's what's funny. Like we always end up seeing the stuff anyway, but it's like when we're not there, it's good to have one another's back, right? Um, I have so much love in my heart. I really do. Even for people who dislike me, I love each and every one of you guys. And I just hope after Sun Tsunami drops this magnificent long video that nothing more is said. Because well, I can't speak for Turtle, but I can speak for me. At least no one can say I was bashing Turtle behind his back. Like, there's no receipts of that. So, if you guys want to make me the bad guy, I'm totally fine with that. My DMs are always open as well. I'm going to spread love and positivity as I always do. Life is amazing over here. My man is texting me talking about what's taking so long. So, yeah. I'm going to go and see what he probably just tired and want to cuddle. But anyway, yeah, so those are my final words. Sun Tsunami, I also appreciate everything you're doing. I, you know, love the fact that you put videos on LTG and your videos make me laugh, I'm not gonna lie. You seem like a dope person. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little nervous because I was like, I don't know if Sun Tsunami's gonna, pick a side or he's just gonna start coming crazy. I don't know. I go into interviews expecting the unexpected, right? So yeah, Turtle, shout out to you as well again. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Stay beautiful, stay blessed. Oh, and one more thing, remember to always keep your mental health first because that is super important along with self-love. Love you.
Hey, appreciate you. Thank you for everything. It was wonderful to know you as well. I hope you stay in the community for longer. Please don't leave.
Oh, I'm not leaving. I'm not going nowhere.
Leaving? You know damn well I'm not leaving.
Sun Tsunami, you're cool. I'm not leaving your community. Unless you
Not
kick
leaving.
me out.
No.
Yeah, like bro,
Sun
you'd have
Tsunami.
you'd
Yeah,
have to kick me out.
unless you kick me out, I'm not leaving.
Excellent.
So
You'd have to
That's
kick
that's
me
all I
out,
like to
tell me to
hear.
start digging in your butt. That's it, bro.
Nah, it's true
So
warriors.
unless so you have some dope people in your corner, son. You have some dope people.
Appreciate that. And thank you guys truly for this interview. Thank you for your time. If anything else comes up prior to this, I don't think it should.
No.
But if anything else
I
does,
literally sent you everything. Yeah, I sent
I'll
you everything.
let you guys know.
No.
All right. Well, until then, please, guys, be safe. Have a wonderful night. Talk to you guys soon.
Good night. All right, that's it. 3 hours though. Fuck. But that's that's it.